quick picture of my desktop and I'll just send it to you. Just so
Okay.
you can see what I've got installed instead of me rattling it all off.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So, stand by for your recap. So the party all woke up in the safety of the Kalaman encampment, still in the northern wastelands. And after gaining your bearings, you walked through the camp and accomplished a few tasks. Like Akasha was able to obtain 7 dynamites from the supply. Cyborg earned a new Eldritch cannon. Layla ended up briefing Derek on the events that occurred in the City of Lost Names and how you were able to kill one of the leaders and the supposed defection of the other. Derek gave you all information that you should head back to Kalaman to report everything to Marshal Vindry. The party departed and ran into a dragon army patrol that was trying to capture a wasteland dragonel. You guys managed to defeat the patrol, but during that battle, the dragonel was unfortunately killed. But all was not lost, though, as Volok was able to resurrect the dragonel, and your dragonels kind of resonated with that, right? So they were able to recognize that this one was a part of their own kin and their own brood. And with tearful goodbyes, you all allowed your dragonels to fly back with this wasteland dragonel together. You all continued until you reached Dreadwolf Cove and met Haldry, a Kalaman sailor and captain, who transported you to the city of Kalaman. On your voyage, you all became a bit closer, sharing tales and reminiscing of your times in the northern wastelands. Upon entering the dock, you were greeted by 2 knights of Solamnia, Lady Marcosia, a female tiefling, and Sir Taga, a male half-orc. Right, so that's where we're going to be opening up, just exactly where we left off. You, Akasha, still have your hand in the hand of Sir Taga as he welcomes you to the city of Kalaman, as he opens up with...
Welcome to the city of Kalaman, my lady. If you wish for myself and Lady Marcosia to accompany you throughout, please say so, and we can point out some points of interest along the way. Layla, Volok, Cyborg, times have definitely changed here, but you'll find that a lot of the same familiarities exist. If you wish to travel on your own, of course, you are more than capable of showing your 2 new friends here.
And as he points to both Akasha and you, Helena,
you guys are more than capable of showing them the city of Kalaman.
what would you guys like to do as he ends his spiel?
I think we should go down and go to some good quality tourism. I'm gonna go check out.
Okay, gotcha. So, do you want to introduce who Ludigo and Raven are to both Akasha and Helena? So, like Volok, Layla, you guys are kind of taking lead here.
Well. I mean, if you get sick of Tori, you can find me outside the trade gate, just to the west.
Did she say Tori?
Yeah, go on a tour. City.
Oh, okay. Elena's gonna go find a shop.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so Helena just kind of like takes off. Any particular shop that you're looking for in particular, or would you like to ask just general information from the 2 knights in front of you before you head off?
Where are the best weapons / potion shops?
Yeah, well, that's 2 different places.
Potions.
I love how people say that, and I feel like she kind of wants me dead.
She got no ones.
Let's be real. YN isn't here. She wants everyone. Loads of stuff. Which is great. I love it. I think she's great. So, we're gonna take a little
Come on, Volok, and Helena's gonna run back, grab Volok's hand, and drag him along.
Okay, so
No, 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 no.
so Volek, you're leading Helena over to Wyan's apothecary. Layla, you would like to head up to the trade gate to link up with Mayor Raven and Ludgo. Okay, and Akasha, you see, like, just as the group's about to splinter, Sertaga and Lady Marcosia are still situated kind of in front of you, but you see the other group split off. What would you like to do, Akasha?
Right. I would. It's like with Targa grabbing my hand. I'm literally just going to attempt to fireman carry him over my shoulder.
Okay, you know what? Let's go and do a contested strength check as you tried to come in to kind of pick him up. Let me just get to a quick little stat block here. As I see your roll. Okay, so it's going to be athletics versus athletics here. Okay.
Okey-doke.
And he rolled a 14.
I got a 21.
21.
Damn.
So just as Layla and Helena and Volek are kind of all splitting off, you catch the tiefling kind of like taking a look at both of you, before almost kind of bringing Sertaga in and kind of lifting him up. You kind of feel him kind of like pull back a little bit, and he's just like, whoa, 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 as you just throw him over like your shoulder there. You hear a billowous laugh kind of come out from him.
You caught me off guard there.
Just accept it, Taga. It's okay.
And as you kind of begin to set off and walk, you see Lady Marcosia kind of letting out a heartful laugh. And the way that we're going to present this, guys, I'm just going to be going around the table here. First, I'm going to deal with you, Layla, as you go up there. Roleplay for a little bit with Mayor Raven, and then I'm going to switch to you, Akasha, with Sertaga and Lady Marcosia, and then finally with you guys over there, with Volek and Helena. I'm just gonna say Cyborg is gonna be trailing you guys for now. Okay, but as all of you guys are going your own separate ways for now, you do recall that eventually you guys will need to convene at Castle Caliban to report to Marshal Vindry. So just before setting off, you kind of all established like, hey, we should all meet back up at the main castle at like 6 p.m. All right? Mm-hmm. But as you all are making your way through the city, what you see is overcrowdedness. You see overcrowdedness, not necessarily slums in like the immediate cities, the immediate area, especially kind of like the lower wards, but there's an abnormal amount of people within the city right now, like an exorbitant amount. You see all different races, all different races, all different skin tones. Some like very obvious foreigners probably traveled from a very long way, etc. You, Layla, leave the trade gate that's being flanked by a larger contingent of guards. But as you walk by, you see the familiar face of Mayor Raven, who is sitting down, surrounded by a couple of children, probably like 10 to 15 kids, and she has a book in front of her, and you catch her reading. She has not noticed you.
I'm just a little further back out of view, out of peripheral.
Mm-hmm.
Listening.
Okay. And so as you listen in, you can tell that it's a pretty short story, and that it's probably approaching its climax. You see a bunch of the kids kind of let out gasps as she continues to read this bit of a fairy tale.
Sorry.
It's a story of a couple of warriors it's a story about a couple of warriors that protected a defenseless village in a time of need, right? And as you continue to listen, you hear the name Kayla come up, as you also hear the name Barth, Dorg,
Aww.
and Balak. Right? And just as she's about to reach the conclusion, all of the kids kind of stand up, start like clapping and cheering. And she catches eyes with you. You see a beautiful smile kind of cross her face. She puts up a hand as she says,
Layla, You're back! Oh my god!
She runs over to give you a hug.
I said big hug, big off the feet. He's off the ground.
Yeah, you manage to lift her up easily, kind of putting her up like 6 to 7 feet in the air. And she accepts it gleefully. As she becomes to lower back down.
You're unhurt. How's everybody else? Tell me everything. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. You see her nodding her head, listening intently.
We've got some pretty big things that are coming this way, though, so. Chat on, check in with them.
Everybody's doing okay. We've had a lot of refugees been coming in from all over the country. Alaman hasn't been on the best of terms in the realm of battles lately, but we are holding on. As you can see, our refugee camp here has gotten a bit more solid, and we're continuing to take in others and taking care of them, but we're definitely going to need help. On that, I'm not sure. They did establish a new governance of the city after the tragedy that befell everybody with them being murdered and all. They seem to be having frequent meetings at Castle Calaman. They have definitely been establishing policies to help the refugees, and the city is all for the better. But there's just so many coming in. So many.
And as you kind of take a look around, you can see that it's not necessarily the old shanty town that it used to be. You can see almost like more semi-permanent buildings kind of in that immediate area. You still see an assortment of people getting down to business, working together, including a mix of bugbears. As you spot one in particular that probably stands almost 2 heads above everybody else, and it's the one that you managed to convince to kind of help out this area. And as he kind of turns around, like you see, like the 7-foot tall bugbear kind of looks over the heads of everybody. And you see a toothy grin and a laugh and a chuckle come out as Ludgo kind of strolls right over. As he begins patting you right on the back. He says, "Layla, Layla, Layla. Welcome back, Layla. You look healthy, you look strong."
Still stronger than you, Ludgo.
As you see him kind of like point to you, almost in like I don't believe you, but maybe it's true. I'm not gonna test you. That type of deal. You see him give like a pretty solid nod to Mayor Raven, before he turns back to you, Layla, and he says, "Well, don't let me keep you from catching up with the good old boss here. I've got work to tend to myself, but give my regards to the rest." As he begins to kind of head off, Mayor Raven turns back to you, Layla, as Ludgo kind of heads off. As she says,
Is everybody else okay? Did everybody else return from the wastelands?
Did go his separate way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good. I turned it back to clean.
But yeah, Arth did his own thing. Did make his own friends, Tasha, Helena, and
Gotcha.
who's also Helena.
Well, I'd look forward to meeting with them.
All right, and then we're going to transition over to who did I say was second? Was it Akasha or Helena and Volok?
I think it was Kasha.
Akasha. Okay, gotcha. So you, Akasha, go and you do another strength check for me, or an athletics check, as you feel like Sertaga trying to like wrestle his way out of your arm, as you've been carrying him for quite a big distance now.
Ooh, 14.
14. He rolled a 24. Right. So as he manages to kind of like break out, kind of land on his feet, you feel him begin to try to lift you up. Let's go and do another contested check, as he's going to try to return the favor and lift you up on his shoulders. You rolled a 10.
I rolled a 23.
So you kind of feel him trying to like lift you up, but he kind of lets out another chuckle.
Of course, mommy.
Like.
Well, don't worry, you might have bested me here, but we have some interesting sights that I can point out to you.
And as he kind of has like a makeshift map, or almost like a directory, kind of centered in like a fork in the road here, points out a couple of things to you, Layla. He points to Akasha. He points to Malura's oddities and makes out that that's.
I was actually about to say, like, while like they've been going, I was slowly like making my way, like aimlessly but strategically.
Yeah, aimlessly but strategically. I like it. So starting from the west, Malula's oddities is just where trinkets, all sort of different trinkets can be found. Okay.
That's actually where I wanted to go.
Okay, gotcha.
It has the word oddities in it, so.
Exactly. All right. The Hetch warehouse is an armory, essentially. That's very heavily guarded. He mentions the Steady Beacon, which is like the largest tavern in the city. The city market, where a lot of the common adventuring gear and things of that nature can be purchased. The Wanderer's Rest, which is a pretty famous hotel and lodge. But he points out that that the like Layla, Valak, Cyborg, they already have lodging established for themselves in the officer quarters in Castle Calaman. And he points out the Hammerstrike Forges, where the famous Cosmos and Taria are at. One specializes in weapons, one specializes in defensive equipment. And then Wyon's Apothecary, like the premier mage and alchemist within the city of Calaman. Okay. But as you approach Malura's oddities, what you actually come upon is a very colorful building, like an entire slew of rainbows, trinkets of different colors kind of hanging outside the windows. As you approach the door, you see like almost like a wreath of a certain and different colored bells. What do you do?
I take a second just to like stare like an absolute fucking child at the bells.
Go ahead and give me one of your either charisma or wisdom checks for me, with that good old DC of 8.
Yeah. Ooh, meets it, beats it.
Yeah, meets it, beats it. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we're just staring at it, but we're only just managed to contain ourselves.
Yep.
And then we proceed to make our way properly into the building.
That you make your way properly into the building, and what's in front of you, it almost looks like a junk pile, but it's like organized junk kind of all over the place. There's shelves that line every single wall. There's shelves that line every single wall with two distinct rows kind of in the center, full of between the colored bones to fish hooks, to any other little small trinkets and oddities like beyond your wildest dreams there. Behind the counter is a pretty short elf. Pretty short elf that has blonde hair that has braided in strips of like pink ribbon, right? As she pipes up, she says, welcome to the oddity shop. What can I, as she kind of looks up to both you and Sertaga, like both almost nearly 7 foot tall. Oh, what can I get you, giants?
What sort of thing am I looking for? I look for something crazy.
Crazy? We've got tons of crazy things. Do you want a little bit of crazy, a little colorful crazy? What exactly do you want? Big crazy?
Big crazy.
Big crazy. All right. Well, give me both of those knights over here, and I'll use them to kind of lug something back. All right. And looking for anything in particular, like a giant slab of metal, or just kind of surprise you?
Kind of surprises because it's just something that I could possibly MacGyver some shit into.
D100, D100, D100.
I don't know what the D100 would be, but I do have a little bit of an idea. What's your favorite color? Actually, hey, what's your favorite color there? Customer?
Red.
Red, you say? Okay. Do you have a favorite toy? Or weapon?
I just look at my mole and then just like smile back at him with a slight tinge of psychoticness to that smile.
Ah, okay. I think I have something perfect right for you. I actually don't need that muscle head right there. As you see her kind of like vanish through like the back door, you hear like a whole commotion of different types of sounds. Sounds like bells, maybe a couple of boxes dropping, and it's probably about 5 minutes before she comes back out. You see like Lady Marcosia and Sertaga kind of just like gazing at some of the other oddities in this shop. And what she comes out with is almost like a... not necessarily leather when you first look at it. But it's almost like a wrapping, almost. But not necessarily leather. It has a type of fabric feel to it as she places it in your hands. Right? And it's completely red in color, almost as if it's like a skin. And it's in the shape of your maul. Ooh. Yeah. This is like, well, I had a whole bunch of stuff back there. I kind of rummaged through, but this is something that I thought you might like. I don't know. I worked off your color. I worked off your maul. It's pretty bland right now, so why don't we slap a little color on it to scare off those enemies of yours? What do you say?
I just said, look, that comes later.
And so with this skin, how would you want to try to like conform it to your maul? Like wrap it like a candy cane, completely cover it so where everything's completely red. What would this look like?
It would be, I would wrap it from the pommel in such a way that it would leave a few tassels dangling at the top. So I could, I don't know, maybe it would give room for us to make small attachments.
Okay, gotcha. And so with the little like strips kind of like hanging from, you said the top?
Yep.
And whatnot.
It's like wrapped around the handle, almost like a barber's pole, until
Gotcha.
it reached the top where the actual mole head is, and just a few
Gotcha.
strands would hang loose just before the head.
So as Sertaga and Lady Marcosia are watching you, you hear Sertaga kind of like pipe up a little bit, almost as if an idea kind of like went off in his head, and he says,
Those loose bits there. If you were to attach some type of spikes, maybe even some cowl trips, I guarantee you can do a little bit extra damage. It'd be an awful surprise to get hit with that maul and then get cut across the face by some spikes.
I just look at him and just agree intensely, because you've literally just it's like get out of my head.
go ahead and do another charisma or wisdom.
Yeah.
See how you respond. 11.
Yeah. So yeah, I just turn. I'm just like, yes.
Well, great minds do think alike there, Akasha.
It's good.
As he
I
kind of
leave
lets out a
one
little bit of metal.
I leave one strand free. I will always leave one strand free for one specific purpose.
Okay, gotcha. So with that one specific purpose, we transition over to Helena, Volok, Cyborg, and Wyan. You, Helena, as you're kind of walking up, Volok, you're already kind of familiar with this apothecary. But it's very ornate now. Like the once kind of repaired door from that whole fiasco of the assassins breaking in and all that stuff. It's almost gotten completely replaced. Before it was like a wooden door, but now it's a very ornate door with like a red wood. The house has completely been renovated. You kind of peer through some of the windows and you see that her shelves are just stocked with an assortment of different types of potions.
Helena's gonna enter through the door, and go, hello!
Gotcha. Volok?
Looks like she's doing good for herself.
Okay, so you, Helena, as you walk in, you find a human female with short jet black hair, with an elaborate blue dress on, and on the sleeves of that dress, it's essentially like cloth feathers, with a black bottom. She's kind of like perched over a book on her counter, and as you walk in, she barely like lifts her head, as she says,
Customers, what can I do for you?
Apparently you know this one, I'm gonna drag Volok in.
okay. And as you drag Volok in, you, Volok, like catch her kind of peeking her head up, almost in interest, to see who is tagging behind this new individual. And she, like, no smile on her face, kind of like cold stone expression, locks eyes with you, Volok, and she says,
Oh, you're still alive, I see. What was your name again?
I'm just gonna deadpan at her like, are you fucking serious?
and as you deadpan at her, she kind of like turns back to her books. But as you both look around, you, Volok, definitely can tell that business has definitely been booming, right? And you pick up on the history that, you know, that Calaman has been at war for a while now, and being like the premier apothecary throughout the city. You know, like either the government itself is probably paying lots of money for some of her concoctions. She's managing to get enough material to stock up on her shelves, right? And so what you guys see are an assortment of different potions. You see potions of giant strength, or like a bunch of different giant strength potions. Anything that can kind of be categorized as rare and kind of below. Anything in particular you guys are interested in purchasing while you're here? Assortment of health potions, strength potions.
I know we definitely. I know Helena's definitely gonna grab at least like 2 health potions, but Helena's gonna ask and go. What was your name again, Miss?
I see. This compatriot cannot read as well. Either buy something or get out. I'm not gonna waste my time on low intellect individuals such as yourselves. That cyborg person, he was the most interesting to talk to. Where's he?
And as she kind of says
looking at a
that,
book.
yeah, she actually sees Cyborg kind of still situating outside of the house. Before locking eyes again with you, Helena, he says,
Oh, why don't you take the opportunity to go outside and read the name of the building, and then come back in to tell me what my
I'm okay
name
with that.
is.
You could be nice enough to explain your name, but it's okay. Anyway, I'm looking for some sort of hunter potion.
a hunter potion.
Like something that would raise a few of my attributes to make me just, hit just a little bit harder.
So when it comes to rarities on potions and stuff of that nature, as she's kind of, you see her kind of eyes upward, kind of thinking on a bit. She's thinking.
She's looking for the catalog.
Yeah,
She's just looking through her catalog that she has.
Catalog. Actually, do me a favor, actually. So when you guys go to your little magic items thing, so go to game rules on like a different tab, magic items, click on potions at the top, and then put in the rarities for common, uncommon, and rare, and then sort filter. And those are the potions that are essentially available, kind of subject to change right there. Okay. But she does have variations of potions of giant strength, but that enhances your strength and not your dex.
You said it was what, rare and
Common, uncommon, and rare.
uncommon?
Yeah,
common,
and the rest of you
rare.
guys, it's you, Layla, and you, Akasha. If you wanted to also pull this up while we're doing our stint with Volok and Helena to see if you guys wanted to purchase anything potions-wise, you can. Okay.
I was just gonna. Hang on. Also, quick question: how much is that wrap gonna cost us?
Oh, that wrap? Whatnot? Oh, just
Yeah.
50 gold. That's it. You should have that.
Wow, Sir
Yeah.
Papa. Terrible host. Wow.
That would be nice.
Okay. So you,
Do you have the potion of heroism?
Potion of Heroism. She does. She does. It's a rare potion. Gotcha. Let me just take out a quick little price. Price check it. But she does. Remember, there's a max of 3 potions, so do you want to try to pick up 3 of them?
I was gonna get one of these and 2 health pots.
Okay, one of those and 2 health potions. Gotcha. Where are my pricings?
I would look, but for some reason it's not loading for me.
Oh, try refreshing it. Okay.
I was
So-
gonna see if I could trade.
So as you pick up that potion of heroism, you see like a pretty big price tag that says 500 gold right underneath it.
I'm going to call it the Pearl of Power and go, will this do it?
You bring that here.
As I saunter over with the pearl.
She kind of takes it in her hand, kind of eyeing it greedily, she says.
I'll take this off your hands. You can
The
take
potion of
that.
heroism in the 2 health pots.
Oh, yeah. Sure, whatever.
As she kind of like waves her hand off at you.
Thanks. And I'm gonna like reach out my hand for a fist bump for her.
She does not reciprocate, just like kind of dead eye stare at you before turning her
I'm gonna
eyes back to
stand
the
there
book.
very awkwardly in silence with my hand out. and a bit.
Which type of potions of healing did you pick up?
Just a regular potion of healing, I'm assuming.
Oh, well, she's got that greater and superior. If you wanted to take the 2 superiors, you can. That's perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
so I would take the 2 superiors then, because
Gotcha.
they heal for a little bit better, huh?
Oh yeah, they heal for fucking 40, dude. So go ahead and add 2 potion of superior healing and 1
And then
potion
the
of
potion of
heroism.
heroism.
What about you, Volok, as Lion kind of turns to you?
And are you going to purchase anything there? I think it was Lot? Or Mott? Mott!
I'm just gonna look at her, kind of like narrow my eyes and be like, I'm good.
Well, if you're good, then why don't you take your leave?
It's just not loading. Oh, hang on.
Must
there
not
we go.
commit murder, must not commit murder, must not commit murder.
Go ahead and roll an
Right.
insight check for me, Volok. Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check for me as you're trying to like get a read on her expression. 15.
15 plus, I'm gonna use guidance.
Okay, gotcha. Go and roll 1d4.
Okay, so 16.
16. So as you kind of get a look on her face as she's kind of turning to her book, you kind of get the sense of satisfaction kind of coming from her. Satisfaction in the fact of kind of insulting you.
Must not commit murder, must not commit murder, must not commit murder, must not commit murder.
You, Helena, see Volok kind of let out a big exhale.
She's over there really just thinking about it. I'm just gonna pat Volok over my way. It's okay, buddy. We can leave now. It's okay. I'm just gonna slowly walk him out.
Okay. So as more time
Okay,
kind of... Yep, go ahead.
I'm gonna wait until we start walking out the door. let Helena go out in front of me, and then right before I close the door, I'm just gonna pop my smoke bomb real quick and fill the whole store with smoke before rushing out.
Oh my god. Wait, Paul, do we have to run? Do we have to run? Yes or no?
So as he like uncorks his bottle of his ever smoking bottle, right? It just begins billowing black smoke that completely fills up the area. As you begin to hear Wyan kind of cough behind her counter, before letting out like a string of curses towards you, Volok, as you kind of slam the door right behind you, kind of locking that smoke into place.
Oops.
Helena's
How would Layla know? You're not even there.
Helena's gonna start running out of just pure instinct because we done goofed.
Yeah, and Cyborg follows in trace. So as more time kind of goes on, I'm just gonna kind of go around the table here. Anything else you would like to do up there, Layla, or any other immediate questions you wanted to ask?
I do want to go and pop into the hammer.
Okay.
Say hi and stuff.
Okay. What about you, Akasha, over there?
So what grade of potion was it up to? that I could get?
It's common, uncommon, and rare.
To blue.
Mm-hmm.
Up to blue, right?
Yep, common, uncommon, rare, subject to change on what I think is appropriate, right?
Okay, so potion of giant size is out. God damn.
But a couple of the potions of giant strength are in. And as you're browsing that stuff in the meantime, Volok, Helena, anything else you guys in the immediate area wanted to kind of do?
The only thing that I could think that I would want to go look at is a weapons smith or a weapon shop, because that was the only other thing that I could run my brain through was like potions and weapons.
Gotcha. So you'd be heading up to the Hammer Strike Forges with everybody else in tow.
Cool.
Kind of almost coalescing at the same time with Layla.
Elena's gonna look at the wave at Layla. Hi, we got potions!
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to break this up to handling the Hammer Strike Forges first, and then I'll come back to you, Akasha, down there. And then we'll coalesce to Castle Calaman. Okay? There's still be a little bit of extra like quiet time here if you guys wanted to close up any loose ends before kind of pressing forward. Okay? So as Layla, Volok, and Helena all kind of converge back together, what you guys see is a big ornate diagram of a sword on the left side of the street and a big ornate shield on the right side. Both labeled Hammer Strike Forges. Right? So the show is on you guys. Which facility do you want to go into?
I'm just gonna look at the first one and just walk into whichever one looks close to the weapons.
Okay. Yep, you're gonna go over to Cosmos. Okay, gotcha. Ooh. Oh, how about you, Layla?
I'm gonna go say hi.
Okay, gotcha. And how about you, Volok?
I'm gonna just follow Helena just to make sure she doesn't know us.
Follow Helena. Okay, gotcha.
So we're getting in trouble.
Or get in trouble. Okay, so Helena, Volok, as you guys enter Cosmos's shop, what you find is a dwarf with a very, very long red beard. He has like almost like a pushed out counter with an anvil right behind it. Backs to you guys as he's kind of hammering on a sword. Hearing like the jingle of the door as you guys walk in. He kind of stops hammering and looks up and kind of turns to you guys.
Hello,
So,
Mr. Hammerstrike, how you doing?
As you both kind of pipe up with your introductions. You see a small smile across his face. Hands raised up as he says, "Ah, Volok, my friend, and you brought somebody new, another companion."
Yep.
Ah.
Helena's gonna reach out her fist for a fist bump and go, "Yeah, I'm Helena."
All right, so he fist bumps you as well as he introduces himself. "I'm Cosmos Hammerstrike, and of course, my cousin over there is Taria Hammerstrike. I specialize in weapons. She specializes in defense, armored shields, the like." What?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, what can I get for you? What brings you in, Volok? You need a new weapon? What about you, Helena?
Helena's gonna pipe up. Yes, I was going to see if there was a way that you could help me, and I'm going to show him the crossbows on my hands. I was gonna go. Can you help me upgrade these a little bit? Make them hit a little bit harder.
You kind of see him kind of like pondering a little bit. You're gonna think of something, but you're gonna need a little bit of time. Let me draw up some plans potentially. I might have something for you. So the way that we're gonna work this, we'll just talk offline, Alex, and whatnot, and try to figure out something that you want to do. Okay?
Okay.
Because I don't have an idea off the top of my head right now.
I do, and I'll message you. We'll talk about it after the session.
Perfect. I love it. And so he says, "Yes, Helena, I think I can draft up something. Give me until tomorrow. I guarantee I'll have something for you."
She's gonna finger gun at him, like, hell yeah, my man.
He accepts the finger guns. As he turns his attentions to you, Volok, he says, "You've grown big and stocky. You got a bit of dwarf in you?"
Not that I know of.
Well, that's too bad. How have you been? You look big. You look strong.
It's been a long road.
Bet it has. You look tired. Perhaps you should rest soon. Or go ahead and poke fun at all those new little knights that they've got run around at Castle Calaman. It's definitely been a bit hard here. The army's been taking significant casualties, but they're holding their own. We're gonna need soldiers and knights like you and your group.
Sounds like they've got their hands full over there.
Oh, why yes. The Red Dragon Army has been pushing all over the territory. We've got an abundance of refugees throughout the city right now. Whole bunch of refugees. That Mayor Raven, just outside the trade gate, she's been an angel being able to handle so many of these refugees on behalf of the city. It's definitely been a struggle, though.
Oh, I'm sure she can handle it.
Yes, no, she definitely has been, and the new government that's in place after all those poor souls were slaughtered. The new government that's in place, they're pretty good. The marshal, she's been doing real good. You should definitely see her sometime. And as you, Layla, kind of walk into Taria's shop, almost similar into like the layout of Cosmos's there. She's behind her counter with a wide smile on her face, kind of seeing her compatriot like return. And almost in open arms, she kind of exclaims, "Layla, you're back!"
I'm gonna do the same open arm thing. I'm back!
Awesome! That's amazing! How's that shield holding up for you? Were you able to kill a bunch of those red dragon bastards?
Maybe a little too well. I need some new stuff.
Well, why don't you leave your shield with me, and I'll see what I can do overnight. You want me to put an express order on it?
If you got the time, I'll be ready. I do not have the coin right this second. I don't know if I can pick up some unearned wages that I haven't been able to touch for a while. So,
Coin schmoinge. You guys have been doing the Lord's work up there in the northern wastelands.
that's kind of, but I can't let you go without.
I mean, I'm not gonna deny any coin.
I do have this very interesting shield that I'm just not using. It's got an interesting property. Would you like to take a look?
Sure.
I'm gonna pull out my boomerang shield and
Okay.
Toss it out the door and catch it.
Okay, right, and as you toss it out the door, it kind of almost sails into like the window of Cosmos' shop before just narrowly hitting the window, and coming back to you, catching it. Taria's kind of taken aback, and she points to it and says, "Ooh, that looks like a mighty fine shield, indeed. Are you want to give it as payment?"
Yeah, I mean,
And what's that?
Ever worked with weapons?
Well, yes, I have.
Matt, like a collar on the chest.
Okay. And then you pull out all of Ivy's scales, and she looks over at him. Kind of a smile kind of crosses her face, and just like, yeah, I can definitely do this. Definitely do this. Easy day. I'll have it ready for you by tomorrow morning. Okay. And you, Akasha, have continued your travels. And you arrive at the apothecary's place with Shirtaga and Lady Markosia in tow.
Yep.
You actually see Wyan still in that same description. Actually, kind of like has like a fan in the inside of her door, kind of fanning out a bunch of black smoke as she sees you approaching.
Okay.
Are you more customers? Sorry about the smoke here. I had a sorry excuse of a man come do something stupid.
Oh, there will be retribution.
So much, I'm telling you, she's my favorite.
So I have a bit of a chuckle, and then I just, how many potions am I allowed to get?
Say again?
Did you say how many? What's the limit on potions? As in
Three,
how
three-
many?
three of the same type.
Ah. Okay. In that case, I will take. I just point to what I want.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's some sort of written list.
Oh, which
Right, and
potions
I-
do you want?
I would like a potion of superior healing.
Mhm.
I would like.
Potion of superior healing. Just one?
You know what? I'll go two.
Okay, two. Okay, so that's gonna be 1,000 gold. As you see the big old price tag of 500 gold, situated right underneath the shelf for the superior potions of healing.
And I will take a potion of fire breath.
Okay, potion of fire breath, which is, I think it's a rare, right? No, it's an uncommon.
It's green, yeah.
Okay, cool. Uncommon. As you're gonna see the price tag of 300 gold underneath that one.
What's that? That's 1,300, right?
Yep, 1,300 total. As she's kind of continuing to clear out the smoke as you're browsing the shelves, kind of picking some out. But
And then,
keep going.
and I was going to take. Oh, what was the last one? Hang on, inventory, because bringing up my notes gets rid of it. There was 2 superior healing, a fire breath, and there was one more I had in mind. If it fucking loads for us, there we go. It was, and I will also take a.
Decisions.
It is. Say, which one do I go for? Because there's 2.
It's okay. There'll also be more time to purchase more potions if you need a bit to think on it.
know, I'll go with my first choice of the 2, and I will go with the potion of humanoid mind control.
Potion of humanoid mind control. Where is that one?
That is blue.
It's okay. Yeah, potion of mind control.
Yep.
I gotcha. That's berries. Okay, so that's a rare potion. Gotcha. So that little price tag on that is going to be, you see a slab of 600 gold, kind of like right underneath that one.
Okie, and I think that's it for now.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check for me. As like Sertaga and Lady Markosia are kind of like off to the side as you're kind of browsing one shelf. They're kind of on the opposite side of the store.
got
Gotcha,
17.
17. So with your keen hearing, you kind of hear like Lady Marcosia talking in the ear of Sertaga, and this is what you managed to catch at the tail end. Why don't you be a gentleman and just go take care of it already? Right. And then once you also hear, and as she kind of like whispers that in Sertaga's ear, you kind of see like a redness kind of coming to like the green on his cheeks. Before he kind of like looks back to Lady Marcosia, and kind of gives a bit of a shrug before turning to head towards the counter almost as the same time as you. And as you place the potions on the counter, as Wyan's kind of coming around to the back of it, he kind of like puts out his hands as you're gonna reach for your coin purse, as he says,
I've got this one.
What that last one? The 600 one?
I can take care of it all.
and as he kind of says that, you can kind of see him kind of like almost try to like not look directly at Akasha, but kind of like up and towards the ceiling a bit. Go ahead and roll your charisma or wisdom. Okay.
We are fucking suave as hell this time.
And how does Akasha respond to that?
She puts her arm onto his shoulder and leans against him, and then just pushes. She delves into her own pockets and drops the. So what was it? How much am I into it? It's like 21.
Yeah, I think it was 21. Yeah, 2100.
Okie doke. I drop the. Hang on, let me do my maths. Fucking hell. Okay, I will drop the 1,000 golds worth of ancient coins, the 300 worth of crushed sapphires.
Okay,
ruby
to equal it out.
Holy symbol. Hang on, yeah, I was going to go the ruby holy symbol of Tiamat, so that's 1,300, 1,500.
You just see her kind of pull out a bunch of like ancient coins, jewels. You see Wyan's eyes kind of go wide. You see Sertaga almost taken aback, like he kind of puts his hand up to his chest, like holy shit.
Yeah.
So that's like, hang on, that's 1,500, and then add the 350 I have left over, so that is 600. That is. I just kind of put like that 1,900 golds worth of items on the count and just like give them a little bit of a nod as if to, you know, just to make up the rest of the difference of the 200 that I need.
Gotcha. So you kind of see him like hesitantly kind of like reach for his like pretty hefty like coin pouch, and kind of like and like dishes out the rest, and almost like a neat little pile like right next to the conglomerate of different gems and old coins. As Wyan kind of reaches over and kind of scoops it all, you hear it kind of rattle into like a chest just behind the counter.
Yep.
Before she looks up at you, Akasha, and says,
Thank you for your patronage. I will love to have you come again.
I just, because I'm in like a sort of in a natural suave state. I just turn and I'm like, these better work.
And as you see that, you kind of see her her smile kind of like fade back to like that resting bitch face almost. And she says back,
And they will. Now, if you're not buying anything else, you can get out.
Hang on, right, so fire breath, mind control.
and as more
humanoid.
times passes on, it's approaching that later in the evening, probably anywhere between like 5 to 6 o'clock.
We must go see the wizard.
Let's go.
Skip.
Must go see it, Wyan. And so as you all kind of eventually coalesce to Castle Calaman, let me get to the right sheet for myself. Excuse me.
Do you know what the bad thing is?
What?
Hang on. Actually, one quick question. Is there a pawnbroker around here?
Oh, what? Porn broker?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Okay, we won't.
Can I take a quick trip to pawn this dragon crown off?
Oh, like a pawn shop?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah.
He definitely corn.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Well, yeah,
that's
because-
100% what I thought. But no, it's okay. You can like it can just be traded for gold at YM,
Oh,
so
okay.
you can just like do that math there. That's perfectly fine. But yes, there definitely was 100% a pawn shop. Sure.
Yeah, we say
Um,
we say the words pawn and pawn are the same here, like same pronunciation but different spelling.
The same pronunciations for different spellings. It's so funny.
Yeah, so saying I'm going to a pawn shop is completely different from I'm going to
I was
a
like,
pawn
sure. I
shop.
was like, sure. Why not? It was like, wow, yeah, why not? It was like, yeah, why not? Okay, cool. Okay, so as you guys
the
all,
bard wouldn't have to do it,
yeah, as you all coalesce, to come to the castle, you actually enter, its courtyard here. I'm kind of coming from the opposite direction here. Right, enter the courtyard. You see some training dummies, water fountains, a couple of soldiers kind of patrolling. As one of the soldiers walks up to the group, and says, the marshal got word of your return. They are convening now within the meeting, the conference hall. You should report there immediately.
10-4, big buddy.
Okay. Sweet. So you see Helena kind of like take off at point. Lady Marcosia, Sir Taga kind of leading point to kind of direct you guys through the winding halls of this castle here, right? And what you guys come upon.
Oh,
There we
big
go.
door.
Super big door.
Oh, this room again.
Yeah. This
Amanda!
this room.
Hey, man, you made it to podcast.
As you see Sir Taga and Lady Marcosia both kind of like post up against the door, as Sir Taga turns to you all and he says,
And now we get down to business. Helena, Akasha, Valak. Once you are done here, come meet us in the courtyard. Perhaps some training is in order. Perhaps we can teach you some advanced techniques. Techniques that your friend Layla there has since mastered.
We're a little more sensitive.
Cool.
okay,
Helena's just gonna nod her head in agreement.
okay.
Very enthusiastic, like.
Gotcha, sweet. And as you all enter, let me change up El Musica here. So this familiar conference hall and its large round table has seen significant repairs since the last time some of you were here. All right, Marshal Vindry and Lord Baccharis, of all people, sit at the table along with various bickering strangers who wear the colors of Calman's guilds. Opposite the door are a man in simple clothes sits in the governor's chair, watching the proceedings with uncertainty. Marshal Vindry sees you and stands, surprise clear on her face. Oh, where is she
I'm
at?
a saunter in here. Vindry, hello! Karis, as I smack him on the back real fucking hard. Hello!
So as you walk in, you slap Baccharis on the back. He kind of lets out like a fearful cough almost, like from you, as everybody else kind of trails in. The marshal has kind of like her smile turns to a smirk, seeing that, as she says,
Ah, Layla, Cyborg, Balak, welcome back. And your two friends are?
This here is Helena, and the half orc over there is Akasha. There are a couple of friends we picked up on the way. Yes, does the clarity. Hearth is not going to be doing this. He went his separate way. He's okay. He just natted all the same.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Helena. It's a pleasure to meet you, Akasha. Please, if you are friends of Cyborg, Valak, and Layla, have a seat. I'm sure there's much to report, and I'm eager to hear your report here in private.
Grabs a chair and walks out the room. Just steals the scene.
So as you grab the chair and begin to make your way out the rooms, you see everybody else kind of at this table, like the drow, the humans, the elves, kind of like watch you exit. As Marshal Vindry, kind of strolls over, she kind of turns to the governor as she says,
Rin, I've got much to discuss with these 5 here. We will reconvene as soon as I hear the report about their movements in the Northern Waste.
what you guys see at the head of that table is that man. He looks a little bit more squirrely than anything. Doesn't really give off a dominating presence. All right.
Be a bitch.
But what do you guys do as Marshal Vindry kind of like beckons you all towards the door, almost following Akasha's lead?
I just said, okay. That's how we got.
I have a chair.
Are those like neck squeezes?
And as you do that, you see him kind of make a fist and slam it on the table as he says,
God damn it! If we are under attack, we must know. We are the governing body of this city. I have been absolved of whatever petty crimes these have accused me of, as you can see. Without my help, without my money, this city would have fallen by now. You, Marshal, owe us a report.
Whisper in his ear. Crimes.
Sweet. So as Layla kind of begins to head towards the door, you see a lot of the other governing bodies kind of looking at each other, kind of like nodding their heads, almost in agreement. Before that, squirrely governor kind of stands up as he says, Marshal, I am inclined to agree with Lord Baccharis. If this report is ears for you, it should be ears for all, as we are a governing body of this city. It is imperative that we are all on the same track.
I'm gonna look at Mindy. And ask her if she's right. Alternate possibility they live in this room.
I'm sworn to defend the city of Calaman and its government.
I don't know any of them.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me. That's an 11. I'm gonna roll 1. So as you say that, you see Baccharis kind of stand up. He says,
I would like to cast a rebuttal. You all are claimed to be heroes of Calaman. We are the real heroes here, managing the city, defending it from attacks and skirmishes. What have you done, Layla? What have you done, Valak?
God,
I want to intimidate him.
if I go any harder, they would fall out of my head.
I want to intimidate him.
I would also like to do this.
what do you guys want to do? As like Baccharis has kind of stood up right now. Kind of you see like a pudgy man, face almost turning red.
Elena's gonna pipe up and go, you know what, motherfucker, cry me a table. As
Kara is the one that insisted he didn't send assassins after us. Oh, you dear fool. Who cares about your money? Who cares about your so-called title of Lord fucking crime? You are nothing.
cry me a table.
Whereas we have saved countless lives. Ridden on the backs of dragons. Slain multiple red dragon armies. Would you like to see the head of the blue dragon I killed? I'll bring it to you.
Ah, well, that would have been a feat, but you must have had help. Look at this beast of a woman here.
As he points to you, Akasha.
Oh, I want to hit him!
Not-
Right. Okay, right, that's it. I walk across the fucking table, crouch right down in front of him,
You see the table
And
kind
I-
of crack under your weight a little bit.
and I just say I just crouch down and say quite lowly, "Want to know how it feels to be strangled with your own intestines?"
Go ahead and roll an intimidation, but you roll your athletics instead. Okay. We're like,
Okay.
yeah, roll your athletics, and we're gonna treat that as an intimidation here.
21.
A 21, right? So as you say that, you can kind of see like almost like a ball kind of like form in his throat as he kind of takes a very hard gulp. As he retorts,
Well, perhaps my words were a bit too harsh for a, well, not quite lady, but yes, perhaps my words were a bit too harsh. Excuse me.
as he begins to kind of like sit down a bit, before the marshal kind of pipes up, as the marshal says,
Tensions are high everywhere, guys. But we are all on the same team here, no? The governor has requested that you present information to the governing body here. And after deliberation, I'm inclined to agree.
Riley's here. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Alright, gotcha. To catch you up super fast, Riley here. We are in a conference room talking to the governing body of Calaman right now. You guys are just about to give report on the things that you guys encountered in the Northern Wastelands. Okay. So once you get logged in and stuff like that, we're just gonna keep playing.
I'm already in.
Okay, sweet. So the governor kind of stands up as he says, Akasha, would you mind stepping free of the table there and give report?
As soon as this asshole Helena's gonna point at the Lord, apologizes to my friend.
I reluctantly step off the table and then turn back to that Lord Baker person, Baccharis.
Okay.
Give him a bit of a cold, icy stare.
Oh, with that cold, icy stare.
I
He's gonna
Apology-
breathe in on the back of his neck.
apologies.
You kind of see like a strained kind of voice as he's kind of saying that. Like it took everything within his will to have to do that.
I appreciate that, sir, as Helena uncocks her hand crossbow.
And they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Smack him again.
He kind of like shoves himself forward, as the marshal says,
Now. What happened up there in the Northern Waste? Garrett sent a few messages, but what are the details?
Well, all of you heard so far.
Well, there's claims of a flying city.
Accurate.
And how many of these flying cities do they have?
Just one, right? Oh, just one? Awesome.
Yeah, it was just the one when we. It
Yeah,
was
just
Just one and
And the one
grounded
that
for the
we-
time being.
And the one that we took down, yeah.
Could the enemy make more?
Not likely. Not likely. I'm pretty sure that we stopped that portion. But the like a or something. And that's
Well, how does the Citadel fly?
ancient magic.
Yeah, some sort of ancient magic.
Gotcha. And as you
Yeah.
guys are giving details, you see like beads of sweat kind of coming down from the governor, nervous and anxiousness from all the other governors of their respective guilds here, as tension is starting to build within this room. You see a couple of them start to kind of have hushed conversations and chatters, nervous in nature, as the marshal pipes up again.
And where is this citadel headed?
Well, that's the bad.
You guys got a front door? You guys got a front door? Because it's coming right there, to the front door.
Yeah, well, I'll walls people in. I don't think those walls will stop. We're gonna need.
Well, how can Calaman stand against a fortress that soars over the city's defenses? Do you have any ideas?
Didn't we blow up the top floor of it, shutting it down?
So
The main city, yeah.
Or the one that
There
we
was
took down, yes.
one island left that was flying away.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
And we
Okay.
don't know how to take that one down yet.
we can figure out the mechanisms to stop it.
Hey,
Yeah, we can figure it out.
You said that you destroyed one before. Can this one be destroyed with the same manner? Do
So-
you think?
First things first. I'd like to interrupt everyone right quick. Yes, it can indeed be destroyed. Second of all, it's basically kind of like a floating rock in the middle, powered by several different conduits via arcane magic on several different floors. Each floor will have its own conduit of sorts. If we can figure out which floor has the generators, we can blow all of them up. However, thing is, once it reaches about, I want to say 25%, then it starts to go down. But there is also a backup power at the very top.
So it seems that this top or control center must be destroyed.
Yes, which I did with the other one.
Then perhaps there's time. And there's a
There
chance.
is.
There's
Yes.
always a chance. And it's a chance I'm willing to take on all of you.
Yep.
We did it once, we'll do it again.
Okay. You see the nervousness still kind of ensue in a lot of the governance before Lord Baccaris kind of stands up, and as he stands up, the governor kind of sits back down, kind of in like kind of really odd procession almost, as Baccaris stands up and he says,
And they claim to have slain dragons and killed leaders, eh? Huh. It sounds like a bunch of hogwash to me. Flying cities, there's no such thing.
Joke's on you, motherfucker. I have a drone that's kind of combined with my fucking cannon. If you would like to see it, I can demonstrate it.
I roll to intimidate.
"Oh yeah, go ahead, and both of you guys roll for your intimidation there." As you see Lord Baccaris kind of turn to you both, still standing.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. Oh, no.
19 and
I'm gonna use guidance on it. I'm gonna use guidance on it.
I'm gonna use my lovely
20.
feat
Dirty 20.
to where I can make it count as a 10, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
use my Flash of Genius, making that into a 50.
Okay, so how do you guys attempt to scare Lord Baccaris as he's kind of like turning to you now?
Question: do I still have the corpse of my drone?
No, because you took the core, and that core is now infused with your Eldritch Cannon, which kind of dissipated. So you could summon an Eldritch Cannon, crystalline, if you wanted to. But
Nah, I'm
that's-
talking about
that's
like the corpse, not the core. The corpse.
no, that all got blown up at the top of the citadel. Like once you took out the core.
All right. For me,
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
I get right in front of him. Look, get right in front of him, look him straight in the eye, subtly cast minor illusion to give myself kind of a demonic voice, and just tell him to sit the fuck down.
Oh, you see him kind of like a beat of his face kind of turns white a bit, kind of like the blood kind of like flushing from it. As he takes a seat almost immediately. He kind of like turns his head down towards facing the table, head down.
I'll just go back to stand with the others now.
Good. Seems like you're learning, Baccaris. I've already died once for this endeavor.
In saying that, you see all of the heads kind of turn towards you, Layla, almost with like shocked expressions, including the marshal.
Damn.
If it wasn't for Pollock,
Yes.
the rest of the gang, or everyone, I wouldn't be here. I'll gladly give up my life again. To
Oh.
ensure that this
Well, I'm glad that you're alive.
Yeah.
Please,
I'm done.
I believe there's time. How soon would the citadel be upon us?
Okay. So you probably have you probably have a number of days. So not an immediate rush, but you do have a bit of time before the flying citadel does reach the area here. Okay.
number of days. What's the number, man?
But the marshal kind of turns.
Oh no, Dragon Bender.
Yeah, the marshal turns to the group. As she says,
This is good information here. I'll compile a report within my office, and if you wish to speak again, find me tomorrow morning. And perhaps we can go over a few extra things. But until then, please rest. Akasha, Helena, we have separate officer quarters for you to stay at the castle. There's another armory on the first floor. Any weapon is at your disposal.
Oh, cool. Good.
okay.
I have a small request, Marshal, as Helena raises her hand.
She turns to you.
Can I get a dog bone in my quarters, please?
A dog bone?
Yes.
Don't question it.
Don't question it. Don't question it. As she holds up her hand to like.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
We'll
Thank you
have
very
some of the
much, Marshal.
cooks fetch it for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I didn't realize that. Okay. And you see a bunch of the governors begin to get up and make their departure. Oh, I'm on the wrong.
Helena's gonna
What do you
nod.
guys do?
Helena's gonna stand to the side and wait for everybody else to exit.
Yeah, so you see the governors making all their departures. You even see Lord Baccharis try to kind of like slyly kind of get up, scoot his chair out without bumping into you, Layla, and make his departure. Followed by the governor being one of the last ones with Marshal Vindry, to kind of head towards the door. The marshal turns back to give you all a solid head nod before departing with the governor. And as you hear like the heavy knighted footsteps of Sir Taga and Lady Marcosia also kind of depart behind Marshal Vindry, but you remember that they are expecting you guys at the courtyard if you so choose.
I will go.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah, so as you
I'm
poke
gonna
out,
on me real fast.
so you just watch Helena kind of go to the governor's chair while you, Layla, go to that same spot where you feel, where you know like that secret door was to the catacombs below. And as you're kind of pressing up against that area, you realize that that entire catacombs has been refilled as you reported that instance to Marshal Vindry. Yeah, and they already kind of collapsed the cave and like repaved it. So like they filled it all in.
I wanted to go show the ghosts that I got to fix the Dragonlance. They would have been so happy. Damn. Okay, well, to the courtyard. Drop my rock.
I'll meet you guys there. I gotta make a pit stop.
Wait, no tiara. Shit. As Helena sadly gets out of the chair with her head down, walking towards the door.
Okay. no tiara.
No tiara.
Okay, guys. So you guys are heading towards the courtyard. You, Cyborg, once you get back to that city. Sorry, give you 1 second, Lexi. Once we get back to the city, Cyborg, I'll give you your free time to do what you will with the city because everybody else already had theirs. Okay, I got you. Lexi, you're gonna say something?
I was just gonna say I go to the armory to look for a flail or two so I can pull the spiked balls off and attach them to the.
Oh, Yeah,
To the aforementioned straps I prepared earlier.
yeah, definitely, 100%. You managed to find it, and with like the help of Cyborg, with him being able to tinker, you managed to kind of put some spiked balls essentially from like that flail.
A mini mall, if you will.
A mini flail, right? And as you guys come back out into the courtyard here, you do catch Sertaga and Lady Marcosia here. Standing in the center of it, surrounded by a couple other soldiers, each with wooden great swords in hand, and you see them practicing different katas and parries as they both kind of turn to the group. Zaz.
You finished up with the meeting. To training we go. Volok, I know I faced you once. Perhaps you want to face me again.
No, I faced what's her name, the Rose chick.
Sertaga, your memory serves you ill.
Nice save there.
Volok, grab a training weapon there. I'll take you on. Sertaga, you can have the pick of between Helena and Akasha. Well, why not both?
Hey, now,
Do you want to die?
I don't think you want to fight both of us at the same time there, buddy.
You see kind of like a smile kind of like cross on Sertaga's face as he says,
Akasha, Helena, we've got a ton of different training swords and different varieties situated over there. Pick out something. We'll take each other on one by one. I'll be able to teach you something neat, as both of you look like quite martially adept.
Helena's gonna find 2 training hand crossbows
Yep.
to replace the actual crossbows and a training rapier.
gotcha. You, Volok, what training weapons do you pick up?
I will pick up dual short swords.
Dual short swords. So for the sake of you, Volok, you can still use your +9 as if it's your gavel, and then your +8 for your scimitar, okay? Same thing for you, Helena. And you're just rolling like the regular things right here.
Yeah, no,
right?
I got you.
As Volok, as you all see, Volok and Lady Marcosia kind of come to the center of the courtyard. A bunch of the other soldiers in the immediate area kind of start circling around, being able to see all of this. You, Volok, begin to ready both of your short swords as you see Lady Marcosia in her plate mail kind of like come back with her great sword. And I'm gonna have you and I roll for initiative.
Helena's gonna put on a small cap and just pull a piece of paper. Who's got the money on who? And a pen.
Okay, so it's almost going to be like a rapid fire thing here between me and you, Volok, okay? So you're going first, and then it's Lady Marcosia. Just recall when you end your turn. All right, rapid fire. It's
Okay.
your go as you manage to kind of get the initiative, kind of surprising her a bit with your speed.
Alright, we'll use precise strike and attack with
Okay.
my first short sword. Am I rolling short sword damage or am I rolling gavel damage?
Gavel, and then your offhand is your other one, okay?
Okay, so we'll go ahead and use advantage for that, and that is going to be 22 to hit.
22 hits, right? As you manage to
All right.
slip past her guard, kind of like striking at one of her shoulders with your sword for 9. Gotcha.
It's 9 plus, get down here, 1 plus
Okay.
14, so
14.
24 altogether.
Gotcha.
And then, where the hell is? Okay, and I will actually go ahead and use action surge. Well, awesome. Let me go ahead and attack with my other weapon first before I do this. So, attack with the short sword. So it's 20 to hit.
20, yep, 20 hits.
Okay, so that's going to be 9 damage, and then I will use action surge.
Okay.
Alright, so then we'll attack with
Got 2 more
the
strikes.
first one again. which that's not gonna hit.
12 misses.
All right, and then scimitar, and that misses as well.
So you
Fuck
all
me.
see Volk kind of take off, kind of getting right up against Lady Marcosia, like in within her guard, before 2 quick strikes, hitting her shoulder and then kind of hitting the side of the neck with both of the training short swords. Before she manages to parry his last 2 blows. Right on Marcosia's turn, you're gonna see her get low and coming for.
Wait,
her.
I wasn't done.
Yep.
I wasn't
keep
done
going.
with the turn yet. So cutting action dodge.
Cutting action dodge. Okay, so you're
Yeah.
gonna see her kind of get down low, coming in for a precise strike. So she's gonna roll normal at you right now, for a 9, which completely whiffs for her first attack. Not.
Okay.
She's gonna attack again, which is gonna be for 16, which misses. Which should have been attacking at disadvantage on her third here, for a 13, which also misses. All right. She's going to choose the action surge and attacking at disadvantage as you're still in your dodge, right? For a 17, which also misses. Another nat 1, which also misses. And a 12, which also misses, right? So in a flurry of like great sword strikes, you all see Volok managing to dip below and dodge, kind of spin around before when that last blow comes down, striking the cement, kind of sending up some debris, before she kind of steps back a bit. Before you all see kind of petals of roses begin to kind of circle her as she uses her bonus action to do a bolstering rally, gaining some temporary hit points.
All right.
Okay, so that's her turn. It's your go.
Okay, another precise strike. So that's gonna be nat fucking 20.
Ooh, nice.
So let me go ahead and do the gavel. That's gonna be 8,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna do. It's gonna be 9 for that, and then 26.
And 26, nice.
All right, and then I'm gonna attack with my offhand, which is a nat fucking 1.
Yeah, 10 misses.
Okay, and then cutting action dodge.
Cunning action dodge. So once again, kind of like as that great sword kind of just slams into the ground right next to you, you manage to get in a nice sneak attack kind of from her side. You kind of feel her kind of give in a little bit and kind of let out a little bit of a wince as you kind of hit her maybe a little bit too hard there. As she's standing on her last legs right now. As before you get down low, preparing to dodge her onslaught of blows. Right? And so she's going to attack at normal with a precise strike. It's going to be a 21, which hits.
Fuck.
Right, as you take 11 plus 7, so 18 points total on the first strike that manages to land. Right?
All right.
Then she's going to attack again for her second melee attack for a 25, which hits. Shit, hold on, no,
Damn.
rolling at disadvantage.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it got 27 that second roll, so 25, which hits. As you take 11 points of damage there. All right. And then finally coming in for a third swing, she rolls a 21.
Fucking hell!
As you take 14
Is that also a
points.
disadvantage?
Nope, hold on. We'll roll one more time. 17, which actually misses. So the last strike misses, right? So just as you catch her side, she kind of swings around her greatsword, catching you almost on the side of the neck and face, before kind of like bringing it down almost on that same shoulder. Before using another bonus action as a petal of roses begin to circle around her, giving her temporary health of 12 temporary health, but she's still on her last legs, and so now it's your go. She's breathing
All
heavy,
right.
you're breathing heavy, circling each other, kind of like swords in hand.
Another precise strike, which is another nat 20.
Nice.
All right, so it's gonna be
Double nat 20 is nice. 17.
9 plus.
Yeah, I mean, sneak attack.
Clear the fucking screen. Yeah, I was waiting for the stuff to clear. It was in the way, and that is going to be 20 damage.
Nice. Right, and as you come in, as that last strike misses you, you manage to kind of get behind her, and you kind of bring up your short sword kind of behind her neck, like kind of like wraps around towards the front as she's kind of like held in like a stood up position, great sword in hand, unmoving, as you have defeated her. All right. Lady Marcosia, yeah, Lady Marcosia kind of lets out a sly chuckle as she says,
"Ah, you have gotten much better. I remember I bested you not too long ago."
No, maybe. No. Maybe.
She kind of lets out a chuckle before making her way over to the benches. She motions for you to also have a seat. So you, Volok, can choose between the features of Knight of the Sword or Knight of the Rose or Knight of the Crown, okay, for your features there. All right. And as Lady Marcosia kind of pats Volok on the back as they begin to head over to the benches, you see Sertaga come to like the center of the stage there, like wooden greatsword in hand, aiming at you, Helena, and then aiming at you, Akasha. As he says,
Which one of you first?
I'll rock, paper, scissors, you forward.
Helena's gonna hold out her hand in a fist pointed at Akasha for rock paper scissors.
yeah, rollies. Best two out of three. Rolled flat d20s.
Flat D20s, I gotcha. Boop.
Or you guys can actually play rock paper scissors through like camera if you wanted to. Yeah, actually,
I'm down.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a lot
down.
more fun.
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
yeah. For rock paper scissors
Yeah.
over your camera.
Hang on.
Turn on the camera. Alright. I'm wearing a hood, so I'm sorry if you can't really see me.
No, you're fine. I can see your hands.
You can see my hands. Alright, you ready?
best two out of three. Do you guys agree?
So
Yeah,
we're
that's
going on 3 or after 3? So like, is
Oh,
it 1, 2?
sorry.
Well, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes. There you go. On shoot.
So just on shoot.
Oh, so Rochambeau and right.
Yep.
Right, ready?
Yep. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Both scissors.
Ah.
Alright. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh
Both
goddamn! Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah!
That's one.
That's one for Alex.
Are you ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah, goddamn!
That's two for Alex. Okay, so it looks like Helena's going first as you see them both kind of
Lord.
furiously playing rock paper scissors.
Just the most intense rock, paper, scissors you've ever seen in your life. like
I've seen
anime
better.
style. Like anime style.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll for initiative there, Helena. Sertaga rolled a
Hey.
6 for his initiative.
I rolled a 10.
Rolled a 10. Okay, cool. So you are going first, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this just so you know for a fact that he's not getting hurt. I'm gonna say that like on the side of Helena, she has boxing gloves for if she decides to turn on Henry, or if
Sure.
Henry wants to have a go.
Sure.
So it's like boxing gloves.
Sure, that's perfectly fine. I love it.
So I'm going to take my 2 attacks first with the crossbow.
Okay. Sweet. So you managed to kind of get your do you have like crossbow expert by any chance?
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect.
So it doesn't matter. I still roll normally even if
Correct.
I get super
Yep.
close. So first one's 24.
24 hits.
Second one's gonna be a nat 20.
Nice.
So I'm gonna roll that one first. That is 14.
Okay.
And then 4 on those.
4. Okay.
And then Helena's gonna move over here just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
right here and basically getting ready for whatever comes next, having Henry on standby.
Okay, gotcha. You got 2 more attacks.
Oh, I do, don't I?
Yeah.
We'll just do the same 2 attacks again with
Okay.
the crossbow. 17
17 misses
and a 14 misses.
and 14 misses. Right. So you all see Helena kind of like quickly take out her crossbows before kind of like running to the right of Sertaga there. As 2 training bolts manage to kind of like find purchase in between gaps of his plate mail. He kind of gives you a smile as he begins to charge forward at you, Helena, to make, you see him kind of get low as he's coming in for a precise strike against you. Okay. As he's going to be attacking at advantage for a 17. Does a 17 hit?
Beats it, yep.
Okay, gotcha. So as you feel like the sting of wood against your shoulder, you take 21 points of damage, right? Before he comes in with, with another swipe of his long sword for a 10, which misses, and his final swipe for a 23, which hits, as you take an additional 10 points of damage as he kind of hits you on the side. And a part of his last one, you need to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw as he lets out a battle cry almost in your face with a demoralizing strike.
19.
So you are not frightened of him, but you do have disadvantage on your next attack roll. So 1 out of the 4 is at disadvantage there.
Gotcha.
And he's going to choose the action surge after letting out a roar to come in for a 25 to hit on the first strike here. As you take another 14 points of slashing damage. As another strike comes in, rolling good on this one for a 27. As you take a 14 points of damage. And for the final one, kind of coming right on top of your shoulder for a 26. As you take 12 points of damage before he kind of pulls up his greatsword with a smile on his face. He says, "Come at me." It's your go.
You're gonna hate this guy as Henry takes over because Helena's gotten to a point where Henry would take over.
I got you. I got your token. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, 1 second. Let me make sure that I get it set up correctly.
Yep.
Oh shit! Wait. Real quick, let me hurry up and grab this. But because I forgot to grab it last session, I completely forgot that it was available. Hybrid form, done. Next, boom. Alright, so in hybrid form, Henry's gonna look at him and go, "Oh, you wanna play, don't you?" And he's going to take his attacks against him.
Gotcha.
The
Go and
first
roll the
one
hit.
is a 14.
14 misses. Volok, you can go ahead and do a long rest. Okay. Like
26 on
yeah. 26 hits.
That is 6 damage on that one. And then, 2 more attacks, right?
Yep. Because your claws kind of being as your 2-weapon fighting there. 24 hits.
24. And 14 misses.
14
so
misses.
we'll damage on that one. And then we'll action surge.
Okay.
And we're gonna do it all over again.
Yep. Another 4 strikes, please.
26.
26 hits.
26.
Yep. Another one. Nice back to back.
10 misses.
10 misses.
And the last one is a 19.
Then a 19. So on that last strike, he's going to use his reaction to parry, increasing his AC to 20 as a +2 to it. On that strike, making it miss.
Okay, so damage on the first 2 guys, 6, and 9 and 5.
9 and 5
On those
as he's become
strikes.
bloodied. All right, as you all see.
And,
Yep. You got bonus actions? Go ahead.
I have the specials of after because I'm starting this round at less than 44 HP. I'm gonna go ahead and make it.
Oh yeah, the wisdom save.
I make it.
Yeah, you make it so. Okay, and so you all see like the tiny framed Helena kind of like burst and explode as Henry kind of comes out, fur and all, like teeth gnawing, as he kind of puts on those boxing gloves, kind of covering up those claws of his. kind of shakes off a head before a flurry of blows comes at Sertagi. Kind of, you feel one kind of make good purchase underneath his plate mail at his stomach, kind of picking him up a little bit. He kind of lets out a pretty hefty as before a flurry of blows kind of across his face and another one in the gut as he's become bloodied from your flurry of blows.
And Henry's gonna bow and go, "We can call it a draw now." As he leans down in a knightly pose of like bowing to Sertaga.
And as he bows, Sertaga comes back and he says,
This is training. Don't bow your head in front of the enemy or they may take it. Do you understand that?
They can certainly try.
They can certainly try. As
he is going to use, he's going to charge right at you to come in for another precise strike with his greatsword, attacking at advantage for a 26 to hit. As you feel like the wood kind of against your side for 14 points plus...
So 7.
4, so 18 total, which I think drops you and whatnot.
Well, it's half damage, remember?
Half damage, so take 9 points there on the first strike. As he comes in with a 13, which misses on his second, and on his third, he rolls a 1. DC 13 wisdom save on the one that did strike you.
7.
A 7. All right, so you are frightened, so your attacks have disadvantage. Okay, but it's your go there as he manages to only get like one good hit off of you before getting back into a defensive stance.
And before we start, oh lord, that's a 8, so meets it beats it on the bloodlust. Thank God.
Nice.
Then we will. What can I do here? Okay, we're gonna try to hit him. So roll these 2.
Yep, he is bloodied, so you have a chance.
No, I don't.
So 9 misses. And the
I'll
first
get 21.
21 hits.
Okay, 9 misses.
Yeah, 9 misses. Hate to see it.
Fucking 15 misses.
I hate to see it.
And that's a nat 1. Fuck. So just damage on 1. So that's 8. 8
points
damage
of
on all
damage.
the
Right, so you see Henry
But as it
Yep.
hits, as it hits, bonus action, second win.
Okay.
On top of hitting him with
Yep,
the...
remember, it is max healing on the second wind, so I think it's 1d10 plus whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it's 1d10 plus 4,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Or however many levels of fighter you are. That's what
I think it's 2, so it's 12.
Okay.
So, and then as that first thing hits, the brand of capacitation hits him.
Okay.
So if he
Gotcha.
attacks me, he's gonna take 3 psychic damage every time he attacks me.
Gotcha. So another flurry of blows with your boxing gloves, kind of hitting him in the side of the face. And as that last blow that does make contact with his cheek, it kind of leaves a little brand right on top of, like right on the outside of his cheek as he kind of spits out one of his teeth. Dribbles a little bit of blood and he says, "Nice
gonna
hit."
wink at him. Henry's gonna wink at him.
Gotcha. So it's his turn now, and he's gonna come in for another precise strike for 23. You're going to take half damage on this one for a total of, that's 13, so 6 points on the first strike that manages to find you. And then a 22 on the second strike that manages to kind of hit you on the side for another 6 points of damage. And he comes in for his third strike for an 11, which misses. All right?
Yep.
As he gets back into a defensive stance. Make another wisdom save at the so you're no longer frightened of him. Gotcha.
He takes how many?
3
Was
points.
it 9?
Is it
9 in total?
Is it each one that hits or just attempts?
I think it's. I want to say it's the one that hits. I believe. I think it's the one that hits. So he takes 3 on the one that hit,
Gotcha.
or the 2 that hit.
Gotcha. 6 points total.
Because he hit me twice. Yeah.
Gotcha. It's your go.
And
He's still on his last legs here.
yep. And I get to roll these at normal. That is a 24.
24 hits.
A 20.
20 hits.
a 20.
And it's the same thing hits. And your last roll?
And last roll is a 21.
At 21 hits. Yeah, nice. All 4 managed to connect. And yeah, it is for when the creature does damage to you. So go ahead and roll damage on all 4. Let's see if you're able to down Sertaga here.
5,
5?
4. So 8, 5, 4, and another 4.
Ooh, okay. So you see that he's almost like taken aback as 4 good blows begin to strike him. You see him kind of spit off a little bit more blood as he lets out a chuckle as he is on his last legs here, but it's his turn. He's going to use his final precise strike to attack at advantage against you for a 26 here. And so you take 14 plus 6, so 10 points. That's halved already for you. You take 10 points of damage there.
Yeah, that knocks me out.
Sweet. All right, and so as he kind of like
Henry's
hit,
gonna fall to one knee.
and you see Sertage kind of like put up his great sword kind of behind his back, as he kind of exhales heavily, and he says,
"Oh, that was a good fight, and now I've got to
Sure
prepare
was.
myself for Lady Akasha back there."
Good luck with that one. That one hits a lot harder than I do.
Go ahead and long rest for yourself there, Helena, and also pick up 2 features. One's going to be Squire of Solamnia, and you can take a choice of Knight of the Crown, Knight of the Sword, or Knight of the Rose under features, okay?
Under features? Okay.
Yeah, under features. You, Akasha, go ahead and roll for initiative as Sertaga kind of steadies himself, unless you wanted to fight Lady Marcosia.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Come, my lady. Why don't you test your skills against me? You lifted me up once, perhaps you can do it again, eh?
Let's go, bitch.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
You need something? Go.
Ooh.
Oh, a 9.
Yeah.
So he rolled an 11. Did you roll at advantage? Yeah, yes, you did. Okay, sweet. So as you two both get ready, as you have your training maul in hand there, he's gonna make the first strike at you. Coming in for a great sword attack with his precise strike for a 16, which misses on his first. He's gonna attack again for a 16, which also misses, and on a third strike, a 12, you're able to kind of just block all of his blows. He's gonna choose to action surge to come in for another 3 strikes against you. First one for a 25, which finds you, a 20 for the second, and on the third is going to miss as he manages to deflect it in the nick of time. As you take 12 plus 26 points total from the flurry of blows that he sends your way. And then a DC 13 wisdom save as he yells in your face, trying to frighten you with a demoralizing strike.
Lots of balls.
Gotcha. So you are frightened until the end of Sertaga's next turn. Okay, so it's your go.
What,
So you're just
what is-
attacking at disadvantage while frightened, as Sertaga's kind of like getting right up in your face and kind of letting out a battle cry.
Okay, I'll let out one of my own. Like, I get angry.
You get angry and you rage. Whoops. Gotcha.
And then, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna go for a couple of strikes.
Go ahead. Roll to attack just at disadvantage. Unless you want to make it a reckless attack and neutralize the disadvantage, roll normal. But remember, with reckless attack, enemies will have advantage on you.
Yeah, I'll just try disadvantage on these two.
Good move.
So we got a 29 for
Oh,
one,
fuck yeah, that hits.
and then second one is a 16.
16
for the second.
misses.
Okey-doke. So we got put any damage on,
Ooh,
on that
20
one.
points of damage as he tries to put up his greatsword to try to block, but your like wooden maul kind of just like slams it down towards his back and shoulder. There, he kind of lets out a grunt as he says, "Nice."
You're the little man.
So I used one of his precise strikes. It's his turns now, as he's gonna come in for another precise strike against you for a 24 to hit. On the first strike, it's gonna strike again, which is gonna miss for a 9, and on his third, it's gonna come through for a 25 to hit. So 2 of them managed to find you. This is gonna be half damage. I'm just gonna get it all together here. So that's 22, 24. So you take 12 points damage. That's already halved for you as he manages to strike you twice. And then you are no longer feared.
Right.
Okay, it is your go.
Wait, how much damage did I take? Sorry, I'm sorry.
12 points.
Well,
He manages to kind of catch you on the side and then kind of like hit your hand a little bit.
okie dokie, because I'm in a rage now. I don't mind. Yeah, I am cringing right now because it is basically upgraded rage. If I get 3, I get to hit him 3 times this time. Woo!
With your big old maul.
Yeah, so first one is just a flat roll, I'm assuming. 17.
17
for the
just
first one.
misses.
Oof. Second is that ain't hitting.
14 misses. So he
Come
manages to dodge to the
Oh
left,
my
dodge to the
fucking
right,
God.
and dodge to the left again as he comes in for his last precise strike, attacking at advantage against you for a nat 20. As you take, this is going to be halved. 21. So you take 10 points from the crit. As he comes in for his second strike, which is a 25 to hit, and then his last strike you managed to block. But the one you're not able to block, you take 8 points of damage there. And then another DC 13 Wisdom save as he begins to try to mirror your rage and try to yell into your face for a demoralizing strike.
You told me several amounts of damage.
I gotcha.
I don't math too well on the fly.
no, you're good. So you take 10 plus, so 18 points total, and then a
wisdom
DC
save.
13 Wisdom save.
Fucking critical, mate. Wait.
Sweet. So
-1.
so you are no longer frightened. You're not frightened of him at all. Go. It is your go.
Hang on. Do.
Oh, but you do have disadvantage on the first attack that you make against him, but the other 2 are rolled at normal.
Hang on, isn't there a class feature that means while I'm raging I can't be frightened?
Yes, there is. You do have that, I believe.
Where the fuck is it?
Mindless rage. You can't be charmed or frightened while raging, so it has no effect on you. Anyway. Okay.
Right.
So it has no effect on you anyway. So go ahead and roll at normal.
We're gonna slap him. There's the first one.
Oh,
There's a
30 hits. Oh yeah, definitely hits.
Second is a
23, which hits.
something. And third is it's gonna hit.
27. Yeah, roll for damage on all 3. Right, as the first one slaps against his face as he tries to block. The second against the body, kind of leaving a bruise, and the third kind of lifts him up off of his feet, sending him back, like sending him into the air a couple of inches before he lands. 14, 17, and the last one here. And 15. Gotcha. So he is on his last legs right now, right? As he kind of exhales a little bit, kind of readying himself for charging back at you. For his 3 attacks at normal. One's for a 16, which misses. The other one for a 22, which hits. And the third for a 17, which hits or misses.
Meets it.
Meets it. Okay, so 2 of them find purchase on you for 13 plus 10, so 23 for 11 points total, and that ends his turn.
How you know what? I could do insult to injury and just drop them all and just punch.
Do
But nah.
what you think Akasha would do.
Ooh. You know what? I'm gonna roll twice with the rage maul, and then we're gonna get cocky and roll
Okay.
for an unarmed strike with the last.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll.
Oh no!
So 12 misses, or that nat 1 misses.
Yeah, 21,
21 hits.
and then fuck it. We'll roll for the unarmed strike. That is a 17.
17 just misses.
Ah, damn. So that is
Nice.
18.
18. Since you're the last one here in the series of bouts, how do you do it? How do you subdue Sertaga here?
With that final strike, I get him right in the breadbasket to wind him, and then I just quite well because I'm just managing to pull to not actually finish him. I just go to. It's got a bit of force, but not enough to actually like knock him out, and I just just sort of drop my fist on the back of his head.
Yep, you drop your fist on the back of his head, and almost on like a soft like knock or so, before he kind of like drops his sword as he says,
That was a fair bout there, Akasha. I absolutely enjoyed myself. Thank you.
I told you she hits harder.
So you, Akasha, go ahead and add the Squire of Solamnia feat and your choice of Knight of the Crown, Knight of the Sword, or Knight of the Rose features for you. Again, for everybody else, those are strictly for the martial classes of the group right there. Okay.
Right,
So I chose Knight of the Rose.
No, that's perfect.
What was the mandatory one?
Knight of the Crown, Knight of the Rose, or Knight of the Sword as a feature. You do need to add Squire of Solamnia first.
Squire.
Okay. Let's take a little break right here. It's 5:30 now. We got about 1 more hour of play. And then I'll call it in an hour here. Okay. Well, let's take like yeah, what's up?
It's not in the available feats for me.
It will be in the unavailable. Like you have to go to the unavailable. Well,
oh right.
When you go into the available, look for Squire of Salomon first, and then when you go to then once you select that, it should pop up those knight orders.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's what it should do. Solamnia.
I'm not a paladin.
Lamia.
Oh no, it's because of the class and stuff like that. Yeah, it needs to either be a fighter or paladin because you guys have levels in fighter and stuff like that, so he's able to actually add it there and whatnot. It is okay because what we're going to do is on my little brick, I'm just gonna copy and paste a little custom feature so it can actually be added. So yeah, so you guys take a little bit of a break here. Well, what's up, Alex?
I was gonna while we were taking the break, I was gonna run the idea by you.
Yeah, what's up?
Of the weapon that Helena is ultimately going to go for the end game. Yes. What?
Feature.
Okay, one second, baby. Right after this, as soon as I'm done with D&D, I'll go get the drink.
Squire of Solamnia.
So you remember the white-haired dude from Vox Machina?
No.
Damn. What's his name? Percy?
Okay.
Guns.
Like, what's your idea? Like, did you want to just take the stats for, like the stats for like the revolver or like the pepper box or something?
Like just get 2 revolvers for like the end game for Helena.
Yeah.
Like, would that be okay?
Yeah. If you wanted to switch out the, I've got no problem with that because the revolver's already there. I don't have to do anything extra, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that I would have to do differently is change the crossbow expert to, I guess, handgun expert.
No, it's the same. It's the same regardless. It's something that Riley already has.
Okay.
Yeah, crossbow expert, just like for any, he's got the same exact feature because he started off the campaign with a revolver that he changed into like a rifle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a sniper spyglass rifle there. So it's the same thing that works.
Yeah, so that would be the idea that's what homie's making for Helena is those 2 revolvers. Now, I would say that we get offline and like me and you decide like which ones would be perfect for like the rest of the campaign.
No, just two basic revolvers. Just wait until like the next day to add it to your inventory there.
Okay.
Yeah, because you'd just be able to go to manage inventory and just add revolver, and it should be there for you. You Akasha, I think I got it. Situated here. Let me just refresh. Yeah, what's up, Tom?
Rashad, real quick, quick fix for Akasha's problem. Just go into the management and just have her click off the feats for prerequisites. That will unlock it for her.
In the builder.
Yeah, just once you hit the builder, go to the home tab and then go down to optional. Or not optional features. Use prerequisites. It's towards the bottom, and then you have feats and multi-class requirements.
Just turn them off.
Yeah, just yeah.
Gotcha. So I just did that. Cool. That's actually perfect, dude. That's awesome. That makes so much more sense.
I know what I'm going to pick as well.
Where is it at now, though? It should have already popped up here. Oh, I can still. Okay, gotcha. I can still add it right here.
I need ammo.
Okay, gotcha. So the Squire, I added that for you, Akasha, so you can choose between the Crown Sword or Rose.
I will take. Oh, hang on. Right, so add that, and then refresh. Which one did you pick, Helena?
I picked the Knight of the Rose, which gives us, like, it will heal us.
Well, temp HP.
Yeah, all temp HP and stuff. So it, like, helps us fight better, and it does something else. I didn't fully read it, but I read the majority of it, like, oh man, this shit is fucking cool. So you can encourage one creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. You can choose yourself, obviously. If the target you can see or hear you, the target gains temporary HP equal to 1d8 plus 4, plus ability modifier of ability score increase by this feat. You can use this bonus action 4 times per long rest.
Yes, sir. Which one did you go for, Tom?
Crown, just because with it I've managed to max out my dexterity.
Nice.
And for this one, I think I'll do a champion of wisdom. It says that I add 1 point to Constitution, Wisdom, or Charisma by 1.
Yep.
Okay, let me change that real quick. So Dexterity goes up 1. How do I change that?
No, it should. It's a part of the feature itself.
I know, but it didn't go up. That's what's confusing me. Like, it didn't let me choose. Like, oh, which one do you want to pick?
Really? Hold on.
At the bottom of you have to actually open up the feed and go towards the bottom of the feed itself, and then there's a little drop bar that you have to do that in. I had the same problem earlier.
There you
go. So under managed feed, you pick the one that you want. Okay, so choose feed option.
Yeah, actually open it up, and at the bottom it has it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mine is 1d8 plus 7 temporary hit points is what you gain. Pretty fucking strong still. That's still pretty fucking strong, and it helps out with my wisdom throws later on. So I don't get so scared. So it's not very easily to scare me.
Hell yeah. Yep. It's 1d8 plus 4. I mean 1d8 plus 7. That's good. Which one are you going for, Lexi?
I'm going for the crown also,
I'm going for the
so
crown
I
as well.
can add 1 point to my dexterity. Be a little bit harder to hit. And also, I can tell I can tell someone to do something.
Yes, you sure can. Yes, you can.
More damage.
So what ammo would you consider?
Oh, I don't do ammo. But you will have a misfire score though. You will have a misfire score, and I think for revolvers it's like a 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think it's 1
it's a
and
1.
2. Yeah, I think it's
it's
straight up
it's a
1.
Yeah, it's a 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure because like what I'm imagining is 2 like fucking cults. You know what I'm talking about, like old Western cults, specifically old Western cults, and they have just 6 shots, and then of course reload.
Thank you. Give me this.
But I'll be right back.
Yeah, whenever you take attack roll from this rolls equal to your wisdom's or skill weapons that can become used against you spend action to repair it. Yep, I like it. And of course, and the reason, like you, Riley, you have your repeating shot thing on your spyglass rifle, so that's why it kind of negates that misfire score from a long time ago. But when we do reconvene, it is going to be Cyborg's go to kind of spend time around the city. And I know exactly where he's going to go. And I've got a special surprise for you, Riley. Because you've been
I'm excited for it.
so ever so patient. But as you guys do know, as you have kind of settled your bouts and training with Sertaga and Lady Marcosia, learning new skills in combat, this is a relatively quiet time right now. So use this time to close up any loose ends that you guys have, because this might be the last opportunity to be able to do that we have, okay? Before like the Red Dragon army is kind of basically outside the doors of Calaman.
Just to clarify, I take a quick rest after that.
Yes, of course. Yep, everybody takes a long rest if you were participated in the bouts there. But as you kind
I'll
of
take one anyways.
but as you kind of depart the castle there, Cyborg, where do you go?
You know exactly where the fuck I go.
Okay. Does everybody else kind of trail behind Cyborg to identify where he's gonna go?
Yep.
Okay.
I do, but I also drag Tog with us.
Okay, you take Sertaga. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You see Lady Marcosia kind of bid you all like a farewell as she kind of retires to her quarters for the night. As it is the later evening, as all of you begin to head towards the Warrior's Gate. Go ahead, Riley.
One thing that I will add,
What's up, buddy?
but this thing I'll just kind of send to you because fuck it. But that'll be later. So, what? Warriors Gate.
Now, to the Warrior's Gate you go, right? And as you like exit the Warrior Gate, having a bunch of the soldiers salute you, what the rest of you see is a familiar sight that Cyborg has seen plenty of times before, and it appears to be a really large carnival, and their main attraction being a really tall Allosaurus, a completely exotic animal from like a far distant land here. You can tell instantly that it's pretty domesticated right now. As you see, even though it's late at night, they still have like a string of carnival lights kind of up surrounding this really huge pen. As you, Cyborg, run up to Chaos, you see him kind of like his face turn towards you and kind of tilts its head. What do you do?
I say, Chaos, come here, boy!
So as you see that, you begin to see this Allosaurus begin to kind of like wag his tail a bit. before letting out a little bit of a screech before kind of like running right up to you, kind of head bowed down low, snuggling up to you, Cyborg. Go and roll a perception check for me.
17.
So
I love my boy.
So you see
I love my
something. You see something wiggling behind his left leg.
I knew it!
What? What?
Do you
What?
do you kind of go around the leg to see what's there?
I asked Cass. Cass, what you got behind you? What you
Right,
got?
he
what
kind,
you
he
got?
kind of like looks to you, like tongue like laying outside of his dino mouth, excited, as he begins to stand up. It's okay. I'll grab it later. As he begins to stand up, exposing a baby Allosaurus. Right. And it's a tiny little thing. Anywhere probably about like two foot tall. Like teeth barely kind of coming in. As it kind of like slowly kind of like walks up to you and goes, "Caw, caw."
It's a baby.
He's speechless.
Yeah, is he really?
I don't think you look at the camera.
No, I'm looking at you now. I've got the camera on like my third monitor.
I'm over here doing this.
So one of the carnival walkers kind of like sees your mechanical jaw kind of dropped as he says,
God, it's horrible.
"It's like this here, it was born not too long ago here, Cyborg, but based off of Chaos's name, and we managed to bring in a female Allosaurus that we've named Chaosia. We thought Lil Mayhem might be appropriate."
That says hey, Ham.
Where's the female?
Oh, I like Mayhem actually. That's a. Let's go with Mayhem. Little Mayhem. Mayhem?
Yeah, I was about to say, hey ham sounds weird. Mayhem sounds better.
Is that? I don't even know if that's how you probably spell that.
That is.
Mayhem? Mayhem.
I like the E. Put the E back.
Yeah, I like
Mayhem.
it's a name.
Eat the E. Not the A.
What do you do, Cyborg? Kind of seeing this little tiny
First thing
dinosaur.
I ask is, where's the mother? Second thing is, I want to do a group hug.
So, and as you say, like, where's the mother? You see a couple of the other carnival workers kind of going around to like this really large stable that's kind of constructed there in the back of this carnival. As an even larger Allosaurus, quite a bit bigger than Chaos, kind of comes around the corner here. And seeing you close to that small baby, you hear like a low growl come from this Allosaurus. What do you do?
I simply put my hands up and I growl back, but lightly,
Go ahead and make
trying to say no danger.
an animal handling check at advantage for me.
Fuck.
Pass guidance.
No.
All right, go
no,
ahead and add,
no, this is
add
me.
a 1d4.
Okay, fine. I also do Flash of Genius.
Okay, gotcha.
That's
Right,
17.
So as you put up your hands, you can see this female Allosaurus kind of get a little bit low. And just as you see Chaos on the side of your eye kind of come in between, like you and the female Allosaurus there, with little Mayhem kind of like circling around behind you. So you're situated just like that. And you see Chaos's head kind of like turn back to you, then turn to Chaosia, then turn back to you, and kind of do like an up and down motion. As she begins to that growl that you once heard begins to slowly subside. And you hear like do dinosaurs purr?
Yes.
Not necessarily. We don't have any genuine information about what
So we can make it up. Okay, so
Yes. So we say yes.
So
we
you,
say yes.
so you hear a small purr coming from Lil Mayhem that's kind of like nuzzling up to your right leg there. Squeaking.
You know,
What do the rest of you do seeing this interaction of a whole bunch of different dinosaurs here? These are creatures that none of you have probably seen. Even your extensive monster hunting, Helena, have not come across these specific creatures just yet. What do you guys do?
Well, since I've kind of, well, I wouldn't say against his will, but I've somewhat forcibly dragged Targa with his I just kind of, lean against him and put my arm around his shoulder,
Yeah, and and as your arm falls over his shoulder, you both are like you're still probably a couple of inches taller than him, surprisingly, right?
Well, from what you told me, he's 6'9", and
Yeah.
Akasha is 7 foot.
Yeah. So you got a couple other inches there on him. He's glad that you're not wearing heels right now or anything. Otherwise, like the disparity would be even more, whatnot. But as you put your arm over him, you feel his arm go on top of your shoulder. As he says,
This small dinosaur family has been missing Cyborg a lot. I'm glad that they were able to reconvene like this. It's happy. They're making happy memories in all of these trying times.
He's a baby.
it's a baby. Elena,
It's
you
a
walk
baby.
over.
And all of you.
Wait, I have the perfect thing for this. And Helena grabs the dog bone that was in her room and throws it to Little Mayhem, like as a treat.
Gotcha. Go ahead and make
I
an
look at
animal handling
Helena.
check at advantage. Go ahead, Cyborg.
I look at Helena very, very cautiously. You hurt the baby, and not only
Oh,
will
the
you
baby
have to
loves
deal
me.
with those two,
The baby loves
deal
me. I
with
rolled
me.
a 21.
Okay.
I rolled a 21 on
Gotcha.
animal handling.
So the bone kind of like you toss the bone to like the feet of Lil Mayhem, and what you kind of see is like the dinosaur kind of take a look at it, look at Cyborg, look at Chaos, look at Chaosia, then look back at the bone, before kind of slowly making its way towards it. And you see him kind of like pick it up and starts gnawing at it, before lifting up its head and like with lifting up its head, bone in mouth, over towards you, Cyborg.
That's a good boy. That's a very good boy.
He's a good little man.
That's a good little man.
What do you do? He's holding up this bone to you, Cyborg.
I grab the bone, I pet his head, and I say, "Good little mayhem."
Okay. So and as you pet his head, you see him
Where's
kind
mine?
of you see him begin to like take off towards the direction of Helena and Layla, and kind of like anxiously like looking back at you, before like stopping suddenly and kind of like tilting his head.
I come with, but I also still have unfinished business with your mother and your father.
Okay.
So please remember.
Go ahead and roll an insight check or an animal handling. Your choice, both at advantage.
It's like 23.
Sweet. So you kind of can infer that his movements of you having that bone in your hand, he might want to be trying to play fetch or a type of game with you, right? But as you kind of close distance with you, he starts trying to take little nips at your hand to get that bone out of it.
Okay, so I throw the bone, and then I go to the mother.
Gotcha. And as you toss the bone, you see Little Mayhem just kind of take off right to it. It's not too far away. The other circus workers and animal handlers are still kind of watching the situation. As you see Little Mayhem start to just like roll over his head, almost as he trips a little bit, trying to chase down this bone. As you approach the other two Allosauruses, who are seemingly in a conversation between the two of them, speaking dinosaurs or some other sorts.
They're speaking rar.
I then interrupt their conversation
They both look
and
at you.
hold up 2 pieces of meat.
You see like their beady little eyes, kind of like their pupils start to dilate, as they both take their pieces of meat from you graciously and begin to enjoy a nice little dinner.
And then I pet them while they munch.
And they let out a very content sound, as you groom their snouts. Anybody else like to Volok? Anything else that you'd like to do in particular? Anybody else as you kind of seeing this great family reunion?
Nah.
So Volok, you're kind of hanging out in the back there. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. See if you can hear anything approaching you. Approaching the group.
17.
Okay, sweet. So, as you're kind of still in the like kind of behind the group, you see Sertaga and Akasha kind of like arms over each other's sides, enjoying the sight. Layla's kind of observing everything as well. Helena's going to play with little mayhem over there. You begin to hear like the jingle of what sounds like armor, kind of coming down the road from you.
Jingle.
And the jingle begins to get closer and closer before you see like a cadre of soldiers carrying like what looks almost like scale mail. Obviously not meant for a small creature, right? And it's kind of like riding on top of this scale mail. You see Taria Hammerstrike, and she puts up a hand. Volok, hey! She's kind of riding on top of the scale mail. Could you mind telling those guards there to open the Warrior's Gate for us?
I'ma just nod my head and do as she asked.
Okay. And as the gates open up, Akasha, Sertaga, Helena, Layla, Cyborg, what you guys hear before you see, like an ornate, armor set, of a singular armor set kind of like come through the Warrior's Gate here. You, Cyborg, go and roll either an investigation. Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation check as you're kind of scanning this thing. 24. Sweet. So you instantly know this armor is probably either for Chaos or Chaos or Chaosia. All right. Taria looks to you, Cyborg, as she kind of comes into view. Says, "You have the strongest bonds with Chaos here. I've made this specifically for him. Just waiting for an opportunity for when you finally got back to Calaman. Don't worry, he hasn't seen any combat despite all of the circumstances, but if what's going through the city is true about a flying citadel coming, we're gonna need all the help we can get."
You great.
Would you mind helping putting this on?
Yeah, help out.
Okay. Gotcha. So, like, while Chaos is enjoying his dinner, you work with a couple of other soldiers, a couple of their carnival staff, be able to kind of like fit this scale mail armor onto Chaos. Very arc-like. All right, and he looks up at you. You can definitely tell that he feels a lot safer, that if he were to be attacked, his AC would be higher.
Now,
Okay.
I will say this now. Little side hand project idea later on. Definitely crafting idea. Definitely for him. Yeah.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Gotcha. Are there any other loose ends that anybody would like to tie up? Okay. Going back to grab your shields and chest plate. Helena and whatnot. Looks like the hammer strikes have been working a lot faster than anticipated here. And whatnot.
Yep, Helena's gonna go get the weapons. Or get the weapons.
Gotcha.
With Layla.
Gotcha. So you, Helena, as you pick up your 2 revolvers there, it is going to be a little bit pricey there for you, okay? As Cosmos requests. Let me see how much they are real fast. And then we're gonna do the same thing for you that we had previously on your spiked shield there. Okay. Equipment. Armor and shields. Weapons. Oh, that's right. It's in the DM's guide, not this.
Sure is.
All right.
Lots of people all Indian, Asian, and then also breastfeeding. So it's not even about random lady. Breastfeeding.
Oh, I don't know where it is. Let's just say they're 300 apiece.
300 apiece. Cool.
Yeah.
So the first one, I'm gonna give up my 300 gold. The other one, I'm like, do you like cloaks?
What are you trying to give up?
The cloak of manta ray.
Okay.
And a trade.
Hey, Helena,
Yeah.
want a loan?
I don't like to owe people anything. I mean, I can hunt something for you. If you give me the
I'm
money up
just
front, I'll hunt
saying.
something for you.
I have a good 6K that I have.
If you don't mind covering for the revolver.
I don't mind at all.
Okay, that's perfect. So go ahead and add those 2 revolvers into your inventories, as Cognos kind of requests, and in exchange those two hand crossbows, because he thinks he can work something else out.
Yeah, for sure. I'll gladly take them off and hand them over to him.
Okay, perfect. So you got that stuff set up there? No, you're good, baby.
Oh, you shield bashed me. Well, shit. Ow, that hurt.
Sorry, I was trying to fix my thingy.
Okay, I gotcha. I can fix that up for you. Shield bash.
I got it.
Shield.
But you straight up fuck.
I got them both.
Oh, 2 and 4? Okay, cool. Easy day. Okay, so you got your stuff. Everybody else, no other loose ends you want to tie up before you kind of take your long rest here as you close the day out?
Income. How long has it been since we've been paid?
That's gonna be an after hours thing for me to try to figure out.
Okay.
For about 30 minutes. Then
Also,
What's up?
I'm gonna need you to check your Discord DMs.
Is it an hour later?
I don't want to say that out loud.
I don't have it.
Okay.
Okay.
I heard baby.
Alright.
What,
Yeah,
to the store?
Hey,
No.
no.
To the dinos.
Oh, dude, she's sleeping right now, man. You go wake her up if you want. But yeah, no, she's over at Castle Calaman there. Okay.
Okay.
So do you guys close out tonight?
Yeah, I think we've done everything that we needed to do.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Elena's gonna walk side by side with Layla back to the castle.
Okay, gotcha. So you go
I'm gonna
back
stay
to
with the dinos.
You stick with the dinos. Put
Yeah,
up
I'm
a
gonna stay
little
with
cot.
the dinos. I'm gonna snuggle up with all 3 of them. We're gonna do cuddles.
Okay. That's Calman.
Cuddle. Fuck it.
Gotcha. Cuddle puddle. Right there, right? As you get your little room, you settle.
Sorry, but where?
You settle in for the night.
Where is my date for the night?
Where's my date for the night?
So as you guys were being shown to your officer quarters there, Sertaga kind of like escorting you guys, because of your 2 new arrivals there. He stops just outside the door just to kind of catch a few words with you, Akasha. As he says,
Akasha and the rest, I hope you have a fine rest of your night. Be sure to get some sleep. I'm sure there's plenty to do in the morning and lots to prepare for. Please see the marshal sometime in the morning. She might have further tasks for you guys. But alas,
Just say,
I'm going to depart.
okay, but one thing, I still don't sleep.
"What's up?" Say that one more time, like
Said, okay, I still don't sleep though.
As Cyborg says, "Okay, I got you." What do you do,
no,
Akasha?
Targa ain't going anywhere.
What do you do?
A slightly more polite version of what Layla said, but not much more polite. I kind of just drag up to my bed of choice for the night.
Go ahead and do a persuasion, but you're trying to pull him. Go ahead and still use your athletics for it. All right, go ahead and make a persuasion check, but with your strength instead. So just roll in athletics. All right, so that's a 15. Okay, 15. Okay.
It's the same thing for
so-
all folks, you know.
So you manage to catch Sertaga by the arm before he kind of like sets off in the direction of where you presume to be like his room, right? And as you manage to kind of stop him just with like your brute strength, you kind of feel like his muscles start to kind of bulge, almost trying to pull away. But you're able to kind of like keep him and lock him in place, right? And as he turns to kind of face you, like a smile kind of crosses his face. As he's picking up what you're putting down, and he kind of makes a notion for you to follow him. What do you do?
I brandish a light smile and then quickly poke my head. I quickly poke my head in the communal room here, and I'm just like, "Don't wait up. See you later. Bye."
Love it. And then fade to black as you guys don't see Akasha home for the rest of that night.
That man's gonna die by snoo snoo. That man's gonna die by snoo snoo. Poor Taga.
Okay, gotcha. And the night for the rest of you is pretty restful. Maybe not so much for Akasha, but you still got your long rest there, right? But almost at the as the day begins to break, sun's starting to come up onto the city here. You, Akasha and Sertaga, hear a knock on your door, and you guys at your communal room also hear a knock on your doors. It doesn't. It sounds like more like a pretty no nonsense knock.
Oh God! What time is it, Jesus?
And as you all kind of answer the doors almost at the same times here, there's soldiers, like a soldier messenger kind of in front of each of respective groups, and they say, "The mayor is requesting your presence. She'd like for you to report to her for additional information and tasking for today."
It's not Christmas.
It's Christmas somewhere out there. But I tell you what, you guys are definitely a gift.
Does anybody else remember asking for a wake up call this early in the morning as Helena rubs her eyes?
Okay. You, Akasha, are still facing like that soldier at the door. Sertaga, hasn't yet kind of gotten out of the bed, and just kind of like covering his skin there.
Covering his lips.
All right. You turn back. Sertaga still has a smile on his face as he kind of gives you a little small wave, as he says,
Have a good day. Hope to see you again tonight.
Wow! Wow, is that it? Jesus fucking no. Okay, I get it.
So what do you guys do? Head to Marshall of Injuries.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So we've only got like 30 more minutes on the session, and then we'll be at our 3-hour mark, which will be perfect here. I'll be able to feed you guys this stuff. So you all head to the marshal's office. Right here. And it's laid out as so. There's a piano, like some very comfy looking chairs, as you eye Marshall Vindry behind her desk, with a ton of reports kind of like strewn everywhere on her desk. So she looks up at all of you guys. She says,
There's been increased Dragon Army movement outside of the city. It looks like they are reorganizing and regrouping. There may be only another day out or so, but but we haven't caught sight of that flying citadel just yet.
Oh, it's massive. You won't miss it.
Helena like plops down on the couch, like still half dead asleep. Like, yep.
I'm just stood there with a massive.
Just every
grin on
once in a
my
while,
face.
she just goes into like a snoring state, and there's like an anime bubble,
Okay.
like on her nose.
And Akasha?
I'm just stood there with a humongous grin on my face and very, very messy hair.
Cyborg? And Volok?
Nani?
Oh, nothing. I just wondered if you had anything to say.
That's what I said.
Volok. Oh, Nani. So Volok, you see
Nani the
Helena kind
fuck?
of like knocked out there. Layla's kind of making herself like going over to like the table to make herself a little wine.
No, I'm just standing here because
Okay.
the couches are too small for my big butt.
That's true. Okay. You Volok, with your passive perception there, you begin to hear like hurried footsteps kind of coming up from the corridor behind you.
I'm gonna just turn my head and look to see who's coming down it.
Sweet. And as you turn, as the kind of door still is kind of like still open there, you see like a heavily armored soldier quickly approaching with a folded like a rolled scroll in hand. And as he enters the door, he holds it out and just says, "Marshal, urgent report."
Balak, would you be a dear and bring that here?
Alright, so I go ahead and grab it and pass it along.
Sweet. And as you pass it along, she unfurls it there, and you see her face turn from have like a grim expression kind of cross it, right? As she looks up to you, she like holds it out in front and begins reading.
Well, it looks like our predictions were wrong. A flying citadel has been spotted to the northwest of the city. Beneath it, the Red Dragon army has begun to march towards Caliban.
Guess that means our time is up, gang.
Just
Please.
Helena is just still knocked out.
Please head towards the trade gate. I know that there's a large collection of refugees there. We need to quickly get those people inside the city. Can you please handle that? There might be unease throughout the city, but if you can ease their fears, that might help.
Well, I'm the fastest one here. I'll go.
Fast as fuck, boy.
Okay, gotcha. And so as you all kind of accept that the task of heading to the trades gate to potentially kind of work with getting a lot of those refugees on the outskirts, like outside of the wall, into the city, into more manageable positions, you see Layla kind of head right off. What's the rest of you do? Any other questions you have for Marshal Vidra here?
Nope, got a blast.
Okay, Cyborg accepts his task and heads out.
Helena's gonna wake up for a second and go, do you guys always wake up this early in the morning? Asking Marshall.
You see the Marshal kind of let out a laugh before kind of motioning for you, Helena, and you, Akasha, to come a little bit closer. As she says,
I'm gonna get right here.
Here, if you're working with Cyborg, Balak, and Layla, these two special rank insignias will give you authority over most troops.
right? And as she passes you two Kalaman commander insignias, one for Akasha and one for Helena, the same insignia that the rest of the crew have on their person to denote their special rank within the Kalaman military.
Hell yeah.
So just put
Helena's
that,
gonna
put that in your little
put it
notes
over,
there.
like her chest. Helena's gonna like put it off to her chest, like on the left side, like you know how they do like with police badges and stuff. They put it on the left side of their chest, kind of like a police badge. And she's like, "All right, let's go, Akasha." And she's gonna
Hang on.
probably walk out.
Man insignia. I'll do. Then I know.
Yep. You got it?
Yep.
Hell
I follow Helena, but like I've got like that sort of real chill steps and everything.
She's walking all suave.
Yeah.
Suave.
Helena's like walking like she's exhausted. She's like got her shoulders down, her head down. She's just like stepping, just trying to get the task done as fast as possible so she can go back to sleep.
Okay. You Volok are like kind of the last to leave. Marshal Vindry kind of beckons for you to come closer.
All right.
And as you come closer, she kind of leans in, and she says,
There's been disturbing reports that there's some draconians that are able to disguise themselves as humans. Be wary of that. These rumors have been slowly spreading throughout the army, and perhaps that weighs heavily on a lot of troops' minds. Tries to ease their worries somehow.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's just a bit of information there for you, Volok, as you make your departure, or do you have follow-up questions?
Nah, make my departure.
Okay, cool. So you make your guys' departure, and as you kind of enter like that courtyard and get back into the city, you can definitely tell that news spreads fast around here, as there is a subtle unease to the city. You see people starting to board up windows. You don't see any children like playing on the street like you did when you first arrived here. As you can tell like this uneasiness as the city's like preparing itself for a potential battle here. You see different soldiers kind of like patrolling and walking the streets, heading towards the different gates and towards the walls. And do you guys head towards the trade gate, or do you guys go someplace else? Sweet.
I guess we're going to the trade gate.
Gotcha. So as you all make your way there, you see like a baker standing outside of his bakery handing out free bread. He sees you pass. He like kind of holds out a loaf to you all. Do you guys accept?
Yep.
Sweet.
I'll take loaf.
So he passes you all a loaf of bread. And it's still warm there for you. And as you approach the trade gate, you begin to hear kind of like a shout of Mom, where are you? As you see like just a crowd of people kind of going every which way.
Can I find the kid?
Go and roll a perception check for me, as there's tons of noise, lots of talking kind of happening everywhere around you.
Elena's gonna help Layla look just based off of her backstory.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see if you can roll a nat 20 here, because you got advantage, because Helena's helping you out with her keen earring and whatnot. So 23 again.
Heck yeah.
So you, Layla, are able to kind of pinpoint the position.
What? Braylon, get your freaking dinner.
Yeah, get your dinner. You're able to pinpoint the location of this kid as he continues to say, Mom, where are you?
I'm gonna scoop him up and hold him up real high up on my shoulders because I fucking tower over all these people, and I'm gonna try and see your mom.
I think she's over there. As she kind of like points towards the east.
I'm gonna follow the finger.
Sweet. And as you follow the finger, you kind of hear like a voice say, Cal, where are you? Cal.
Your name Cal, kid.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Because I got your mom.
Look
Oh,
at
that's
you.
your mom's voice. Mom, I'm over here. I don't think she can hear me, but she's over there that way. I think I see her hair.
Well, we're going over towards who's ever calling Cal.
Helena's gonna run in front,
Okay.
running towards the voice of the mother.
Okay. You manage to kind of get past the crowd as like people are starting to part ways for Layla and her huge build there. As you catch the mother who's calling for this kid's name there, Helena. She says, Cal, where are you?
I'm gonna touch her on the shoulder. I'm like, here, we got your kid right here, ma'am.
All right, sweet. And as you point out, Layla still holds up this fucking kid, like hovering over the heads, like, Just like, oh, thank God, as like the mother is completely happy that you managed to find her child. She comes over, kind of like quickly grabs Cal from you before disappearing into the crowds. And as you guys continue on, you approach the trade gate. You see that the portcullis is down, and that there's a crowd of people on the outside of it, with guards standing on the inside of the gate, looking very opposed. Like the portcullis of the trade gate has been lowered. You see dozens of anxious civilians gather outside of it. Some of them are starting to bang on the gate and pleading for entry, while inside the gate, these Calaman soldiers stand with spears ready, nervously eyeing the gate, with their appear to be very stern captain.
I'm gonna waltz up to the captain and ask him if he has enough.
No, Sir Layla, but I am under orders that I'm supposed to be looking out for spies and people that are able to disguise themselves. We can't allow too many people into the city, otherwise infiltrators will get in.
Elena's gonna pipe up and go, so... Elena's gonna pipe up and go, so you don't trust any of your civilians?
Well, dozens of travelers and residents of the trade camp seek refuge in this city. And as I said, there's been reports that these Draconians can take on the appearance of other people. When large groups started showing up, I closed the gate to prevent disguised enemies from slipping inside. It's only a recent occurrence, I swear.
Uh-huh.
Can I take
I just
advantage
think...
of the Dragonlance's passing to see if there are any disguised Draconians?
Sure, go ahead and roll the perception check at advantage, because that feature was kind of with it when it was still cursed, and then Nezra kind of wiped that slate clean. But I'll still let you roll a perception at advantage. So you rolled a 22. Gotcha. So as you're kind of like looking around, based off of all the battles, especially with those Sivak Draconians, which you know can disguise themselves, you don't see anything obvious out of place. But on the other side, you do see Raven on the outside of that gate. And she's a part of like the crowd of civilians trying to get inside.
Alright, I'm gonna try and convince the civilians to settle down and call for Raven to get as many of her people that she knows for a fact are legit.
Okay.
And then Lugo and his guys.
Gotcha. So the crowd's pretty anxious right now. Go ahead and roll a...
Oh, I'm gonna use the ring. I'm gonna boom it. Fuck him.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll the persuasion at advantage for me. As you manage to speak to everybody within, like, what, a 1 mile radius?
A 1 mile radius. 17.
17. Okay. So almost resoundingly, even in all of your ears, you begin to hear Layla kind of quiet the crowd as they all kind of, like, look around wondering where that voice is actually kind of coming from. As you have gained everybody's attention, Layla.
Now that I have your attention. Raven, Lugo.
Okay. And as you say that, you see Ludgo and Mayor Raven kind of make their way through the crowds. Anxiousness still on both of their faces, as what follows behind them is another crowd of refugees in the further back, following forth. Mayor Raven kind of comes up to that portcullis and she says, she says, I don't know why they've closed the gates, Layla. You have to convince them to open it. We've got so many refugees. I don't have a voice for her. Or did I? Maybe I did. I was probably using, I was doing Lady Marcoch's, yeah.
So, here's the issue that we're running into. A lot of these Draconians they can hurt
Well, don't you guys outrank him? Can't you override his orders?
in some cases, but I do have to agree with them. That doesn't mean everybody's fair.
but there's been so many refugees. Yes, I know a ton of people, but look how many there are.
And as she kind of like motions her arms backwards, there's probably hundreds of people just kind of like outside of this gate. Anxiousness and fear kind of surrounding their faces as they're trying to beg and almost plead to get into the city. As they've heard all the rumors of the Red Dragon army troops that are marching on Calumet here. Mayor Raven turns back to the group as she says,
Have you perhaps a way to place a glyph at this gate to watch for intruders to drop their magic?
I don't know about that, but I could cast Detect Life and just do a pass through to see if any of them is, under a spell or something.
Again, do you wish to do that?
I'll do that.
Okay, what's the range?
It is a... So let me read that. On self, 30 foot... What was that? Yeah, 30 feet around me, so it's going to be a 30-foot radius.
Okay, so within your 30-foot radius, you do not notice anybody using obvious magic, probably aside from Cyborg and his magical abilities.
I can hold it up for 10 minutes, so I can walk through the whole crowd.
Okay.
Until,
Gotcha.
To see if I can find anything.
Gotcha. So the captain of the guard turns to you, kind of like gives you a solid nod acknowledging your plan. As guards begin to kind of stand on the inside of the gate before it slowly begins to raise. They kind of hold their spears horizontal, only allowing you to come out, but nobody else to come in. As you, Volek, manage to push your way through the gate. And there's nobody in the immediate vicinity as you slowly start working your way down throughout the amount of refugees here. What's everybody else doing? Leela, you said you could potentially talk to Wyan. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see if she might have something that can just drop any magic or call somebody preferably outside the gate. To be like, TSA pre-check, motherfuckers.
What is everybody else?
I have an idea that kind of goes off Leila's idea.
Sad.
Was to see if Wayne can whip up a specific potion.
Is it a specific potion?
Yeah. The one that makes me huge.
Like an enlarged potion? Do you want to try to brew that?
Yeah, but it's the fucking it's the one which turns me like literally huge.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is either, but feed just if you're able to find it, feed me that information. Okay. Helena, you see this plan start to concoct. What do you do?
Helena was just Volek in her years of like just hunting certain creatures and being able to like sniff them out and like kind of get them in one area so she could easily take them down, like just helping Volek like sniff any betrayers out.
Gotcha. So, and as you're kind of going through with your keen senses, kind of enhancing and overlapping with Volek, the immediate, like, you're still following in trace, and you found no evidence of anybody casting magic or using any obvious disguises or any of the same scents that you've smelt on the previous Draconians that you have fought. Volek, Helena, what do you do with this information?
Have we managed to pass through, like, the whole crowd?
Yeah, you managed to pass through a good number of people, definitely.
Then I would just keep going until we manage to make sure
we get through
the
all
whole
of them,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, check each and every person.
Gotcha. So I say, like, out of like this huge crowd of refugees, there's probably about anywhere between 300 to 400 people. So it's going to take you a little bit to kind of make your way through and whatnot. But you go through regardless, as the rest of the crew is still talking to the guard of the captain. And you have a very good sense that there's nobody in this 300 to 400 group of people that are probably under any particular magic.
Okay. Helena's gonna look up at Layla and yell as loud as possible, "Hey, these guys are pretty much good."
What do you do with that information?
Captain, give me some time to go and chat with Diane for a possible security check to make your life easy.
Okay.
And we'll be back to let the remainder of this interview go.
Okay. Let them through. As you see, the guard.
After
Oh.
I get back from YN's. I'm not taking any chances. We're double checking.
But so what Sir Valak and that one there did Helena, what they did double check. Got it, ma'am. As he kind of gives you a hearty salute before the guards kind of put spears horizontal again, blocking any of those refugees from entering the city. As you
Let Raven and Lou go in.
yes, ma'am. As they say, hey, you, those two there. As Mayor Raven and Ludgo are able to enter in. Cyborg, you see all this happening. What's your input as you see Layla begin to head towards Wyans? And Akasha, same for you.
Time to go see a familiar face.
Okay.
I make my way over to Wayhands as well. The potion I was referencing was potion of giant size.
Potion of giant size? Is that what type of rarity is that?
It is gold.
Oh,
It's a legendary. Yeah,
Yeah.
not right now. Not quite.
Okey-doke.
Okay. So you, Layla, come to Wyan's door. And you see it's actually like it's not as ornate. It's like smeared with like this black smoke, like the aftermath of smoke there.
like soot?
Yeah, like soot, right? You see her kind of like with a washcloth trying to like wipe down a couple of her walls, and a couple of her shelves as you, Cyborg and Akasha enter. As Wyan turns to you, she says,
Ah, I remember you. You're Layla. But your other friend is never allowed here again. Balak. I think that's what his name was.
What is his doing?
That snide bastard. He used an ever-smoking bottle in my goddamn establishment. He needs to pay for this damages immediately. Bring him here.
Okay, we'll take care of that, absolutely. For right now, though, we need your help. The entire city is the same.
Then what help can I do for you?
Got any magic glyphs that someone could walk over that would prompt any magic specifically disguised for illusion magic?
Yes, the trivial. Cyborg, you should know this. Why couldn't you answer this question?
Actually, hold on, pause. I actually might have that.
And alas, you've let me down once again, Cyborg. I somehow praise you out of your idiotic group, and yet you fail me.
Hey, this is rude. Thank you. Second of all, it's called forgetfulness. Even us robots have it. Thank you.
Well, forgetfulness as it may, you need to be better, especially as a mage of the red robes.
I got it right. Which, by the way, I passed that, by the way.
I know. Why do you think I said it in the first place? God.
Well,
How could they have admitted you?
He'll get
because I'm cool like that.
Okay.
It seems like I'm a lot nicer than you.
so you, Layla, do get the distinct impression that Wyan would be able to help, essentially like establish glyphs, almost like trap magic in a way, to either infuse it with dispel magic or some other similar magic.
Okay.
What do you do with this information? And you, Cyborg, do have Glyph of Warding there, so if you wanted to help out, you could. So what do you do with the
Yeah.
information?
What's it gonna take to convince you to cast one at every gate?
A free slap across Valak's face for his little stunt.
I'll be there for you, babes.
Okay. You see like a sly smile kind of cross her face, as she motions for you to show her the way.
Say less, hop on.
Okay, gotcha. Akasha, do you do anything or say anything as you're about to see YN kind of hop on the back of Layla here?
I just produce a bit of a smirk and just say to myself, she knows the way.
Okay, gotcha. So once we get this glyph stuff situated, I'm gonna call it for the night because that's our 3-hour mark there. So you
Well, gonna hide.
Yeah, so you approach this gate with YN on her back, YN on your back. You, Volek, and Helena, you see even more like refugees coming in from like the south of Calaman, all heading towards this trade gate here. You get the feeling that there's probably too many people coming in right now for you guys to do that same detection technique that you did previously. Like it's people upon people upon people coming towards the trade gate right now. That stern-looking captain turns to you, Layla, as he says, "Ah, you've brought Mistress YN here. What's the plan, Layla?"
Put you a nice big old glyph down. Each and every single person, single file with space in between, is going to walk over this.
And what?
Not be permitted entry if they choose not to walk over.
And what will this glyph do? Will it blow up? I think that satisfies my requirement, and I think it's a way to make the city safe. All right, and with that, you see YN kind of hop off the back of Layla. YN kind of puts her arm out, kind of motioning towards you, Cyborg, and gives like one of these, as if like beckoning you to hold her hand. What do you do?
I grab her hand and I hold it.
Okay, sweet. And she says, "Walk forward."
Okay.
And as you do, she points to like a section of the like underneath where the portcullis would be. As she begins to give you direction, Cyborg, we're gonna just do some Arcana checks here to see how well you're able to follow her intricate directions here. Right, so go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me as she points out a particular location to place the first glyph. 26. So you masterfully follow her directions. You see a smile on her face come across as she says,
"Ah, perhaps you have some skill after all, but how about this?"
As she points to another location kind of just outside of it to expand the radius. Go ahead and make another Arcana check for me. 11.
Ah, a bit floppy, I gave you too much credit, but it'll hold. Finish it here.
All right, as she directs you to the last location, go ahead and do one more check for me. 25. Sweet. And so with that last glyph as you draw, they all kind of coalesce and begin to glow subtly before kind of vanishing from view, knowing that your spell has taken hold. And you are all fairly certain that if any disguised creature would pass through this gate, it would drop whatever magic that they're being affected by, revealing their true self. All right. The guard turns to you all and he says, "Is it done?"
Yep.
Very well.
More time, Captain. File one at a time. If anyone hurts.
It's that very.
They won't get through, and we'll slaughter them on the spot.
As Helena,
Not Red Dragon Army. There's no reason to kill them. We don't know anybody's past.
Okay.
But they can go for the trees to the south if they.
Okay.
Will not be permitted.
And Helena?
as Helena walks through the glyph activates, and you just see Helena's hair go from really long to short, boyish, and everything about her being a girl drops, and you can tell very clearly that she is not a girl. and you just see, shit.
Well, it works, clearly.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, no,
Oh, that's funny.
it's been a while since I've been in this form.
I bet.
Oh, that's funny.
Sorry, friends. And then Helena's gonna hide over here.
My point in case. Don't just slaughter them.
Well, it seems the magic definitely works if it managed to fell that disguise there. Perhaps you should tend to other matters in the city now. Let the refugees through. Let the refugees through. The guard calls as refugees begin to single-filedly make a very neat line, kind of going over these glyphs. Okay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will end at. Okay.
Cool.
For tonight. Yeah, no, it was very smart. You guys did that was a very smart decision there for you guys to come up with that. Let's stop the recording.
Yeah, once Helena stepped off of the glyph, she went back to normal.